Welcome to another powerful episode of She Talk We Listen. I'm your host, Trey Five, and tonight we tapping into heart and connection, spiritual alignment and relationships. Whether you're married, single, or just walking in deep faith, one thing is true: love without alignment can feel empty. So let's get real. How do spiritual values shape who we choose, how we love, and how we grow with someone? Is God or any higher calling a part of your relationship? Or is it just vibes and your natural routine? Let's talk about what happens when you're spiritually in sync and what happens when you're not. Welcome to She Talks We Listen. All right, the first segment of She Talks We Listen is the open floor. So I let the ladies get a run of how they feel about the particular topic. So I want to know from you ladies, have you ever been spiritually aligned in a relationship? Or have you ever been misaligned with someone you love? Or does that even matter? What role does faith play in how you date people, love, and how you build with somebody? Does your relationship reflect your spiritual values or do they challenge them?
Okay, so I have been in a spiritually high. I don't want to say aligned. Obviously, not aligned. I'm single, so it was not aligned, but a highly spiritual relationship that kind of helped me understand that that was actually something that is required as far as like my dating experiences moving forward. I think that that's always been a value of mine, but as I've evolved through my adulthood, my connection with spirituality and with God has increased tremendously. So it in turns requires my partner to be within a similar space. Um, but yeah, to answer the question, I was in a spiritually high vibing relationship. I do feel like it's very important, but I do believe that it's based off of the person and just where their heart posture sits and how they feel about it. But for me, that's my take. Oh, that's it.
Um, it's a heavy one. Uh, I would say that honestly, I don't think I've ever been spiritually aligned with a person in a relationship. I think that the older I get, and the trials and tribulations that I've gone through, in my more recent relationships has shown me that kind of like Z said, like that's more important. So for me now in dating, like I think it's important for God to be in the room. You know, whichever God that is you choose to serve, whether it's Allah, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Buddha, whatever. I just feel like when you're dating someone who doesn't have faith, you know, it can alter yours. And I think that that's, yeah, that was it. That was it.
So, I agree. I've never actually had a spiritual alignment like in a relationship, but I've had relationships that opened me up to spirituality within myself. So, I mean, that's a plus side. But I do agree that it's somewhat needed to open your mind up to growing. Like, say for example, sometimes you haven't, like, if you haven't grown up with something, I can say I know people who haven't grown up in church or around different religions, whatever the case, that they whoever they choose to go to, but they're not used to that, and when they do get open to it, it's something that they're open to do. Some people may shy away, and some people do. They go there for themselves, and then they open up. But in a relationship, it is something that I do feel like maybe needed, because, like I said, if you don't have no goal, then and it's gonna dumb down, it's gonna debbie down on what I have in a way.
I mean, basically, I'm gonna agree with what the three queens before me said. I've never uh had it per se, but I definitely believe that it's a major need or um, I don't want to really want to comment on it since I've never had it, but I agree with what the queen said before me, and I would hope that I definitely get to come across that in my future relationships.
Okay, so do any of you ladies practice a particular faith?
I'm like in between Christian and Muslim. It's very difficult to understand. But my mother is Christian, my father is Muslim. So um I grew up in the church, singing in church, going to church every Sunday. But around like my high school years, my whole father side of the family converted to Islam. So I kind of like had studied both faiths, and at one point I did take my shahada. Um, but I just kind of felt like I had to take a step back a little bit, because for me, like when I do pray, I pray in English and I pray to God. So it's like I felt like before I could really dive into Islam, I needed to learn Arabic, you know, so that I can understand what I'm saying or say what I need to say in the language that it needs to be said in. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know if I'm gonna retake my shahada or go back into that faith. I haven't really, made up my mind on that. But yeah.
That's beautiful to share. I love that. I think if you were to decide to do your shahada again or whatnot, I don't want you to be discouraged about just speaking Arabic. It will come in time, like with repetition and just hearing things, it will come to you. So that there's no pressure. I know, like a lot, especially people who are Muslims who are practicing Muslims for like extended amount of time, they can sometimes make newcomers feel a little because you see how upright and how they handle things and how they show up and how they speak and remember. But don't let that stray you away from that, because it will all come in time. Um, so yeah, but I agree with you as far as like going between the two. uh, my both of my parents uh raised me Muslim, but they both grew up Christian and still went to church and stuff like that. Did like kind of dipped and dab a little bit, but they were Muslim. So like that kind of brought me into the similar realm being an adult. But now I feel like I'm more of a spiritualist. I like to get information from different religious backgrounds. But I do feel like the way that I carry myself and the way that I think is more in alignment to being Muslim. So that's my take.
Okay.
Would y'all convert for a relationship, or like, if you had a partner that was in a deep faith, do y'all see that possibly being a future?
Um,
Whether it was either side, if you got to a
for
partner and they wanted to pull you either
Islam,
side.
yes, but for Christianity, no, I would never be a Christian. But for Islam, I would, but not for Christianity. I don't like a lot of things of how just even an upright Christian, I just don't like a lot of things. I think they're not really practicing their faith properly.
Religion gets tricky because, you know, you know,
Mm.
touchy subject there, Trey Five.
Nah, for real. No, I wouldn't convert for anybody.
I mean, I have done it. I'm not even gonna say I converted because, like I said, I've always
If you
been
don't
back
want to do
and forth
that,
with my own accord. But I have leaned deeper into, like, when I was with my son's father, he's a devout Muslim. So, when I was with him, he would lead us in prayer and things like that. So being with somebody that you trust and they know what they're saying and you know that they want nothing but the best for you, it's easy to let them lead you in prayer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that I converted because I was already that. But I leaned deeper into it. I had a deeper understanding of the faith. I participated in Ramadan, things like that, because that's what my household was doing. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, when I say no, if I were to decide to practice a religion, it would be because I wanted to, not because of that person. They may have educated
Okay.
me on it, and that be my choice. But it would be my choice. I would do it because I want to, not because I want to do it for them or to make our relationship stronger. They educated me on something, and now I want to be a part of that, and so that would be why. But it wouldn't be for that person. That person may be part of why because they educated me on something that I didn't know, and but that so I just want to clear that up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I agree with that as well. I'm about to say, I believe when you do something, you're supposed to do it because you want to do it, not because someone. Yeah, you can introduce me to it, but that doesn't mean I have to take that following. So, one, I had my own spiritual alignment. I did the same thing as you. Like I used to take things from different religions because at first, I wasn't really brought up in like church or anything like that. No, I was told the rules, and I learned the rules straight out like that. That's just what it
No,
was.
my phone died.
So in my household, I was told Christian and Muslim ways. I mean, honestly, we didn't eat no pork in my household. I didn't really, start eating pork. Really, I barely ate it. Like it's just certain strategies that I was brought up on, and
Mhm.
certain principles that I was brought up on that did come from my Muslim side of the family, and that's for sure. And those principles I can say are very strong, and it's nothing that's going to shift nothing is going to shift them to see anything other than what they see. And where I come from, I can't tell you like I could really say my brother, but I can say someone else that I know, a good friend of Trey. You know him too. But this is somebody else who I can actually say like this is somebody who, when you learn this religion from him, you truly know that you're learning what you're supposed to be learning. There's a lot of people out here
Right.
tell you that they're teaching you something, and I promise you they have no idea, and they do not know what it is that they're teaching you. So that's another thing in following. So right now, I guess I didn't pick up stuff from Muslim, Christianity. Right now, the only religion that has made sense to me thus far, honestly, is Jehovah's Witness, and that's only because it comes with some facts. And I think it may just be it could be just being ignorant a little bit. But when you think that people come to your bed and knock on your door and irritate you, Nah, it's actually some stuff that they ain't even. You pick up the daggone Bible on your own and you learning just about the same thing. It's all in the strategy of what you're learning it. So the intake of what I've been learning, I ain't gonna lie, kind of outweigh a lot of Christianity. Like even I'll put it like this. I went to the Kingdom Hall, right? Had an enjoyable time. I went to church, and I'll tell you guys, I had a great time. I mean, maybe because I'm a music person, so the melodies was just flowing to me. The rhythm was just out the roof, and I love stuff like that. Like it's an embracement. It's enthusiastic, and it's something that makes you want to dive in. But then, well, as I started learning, and as you get the preacher starts preaching, something just you just sitting there, and you're like, no, no, I don't agree with that. So I'm gonna double back to I don't know who it was that said their parents, but they're Muslim and then they went to Christian church as well. Some people can go to those churches and pick out what they want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
They may not even have to have that same following, but they can pick out what they want to learn. Long as they're hearing some word, to them that's what they took from it. And that's exactly what I found myself doing. So even in Muslim, it's certain things that I'm like, no, that sounds kind of scary a bit. In a way, it's like the person that we serving. All in all, everybody has the same meaning, love. They don't want you to be terrified of them. Everybody has the same exact. They all want you to have the same thing, love, spread love.
I can agree with that.
So all in all, I mean, yeah, y'all preaching something different, but the fact that everybody does kind of have the same goal is, I mean, we can't ignore that either.
I always say that too. You know, faith is a necessary evil. A lot of people nitpick the faiths and the different religions, but like you said, the end all be all of a lot of them, if you follow suit correctly, is love, prosperity, things of that nature. But put Jehovah to the convo. That's all right.
Crazy. I literally just left. I go on Thursday. That's why I'm late.
I know Jehovah Witness, like the same revelation you had. I don't have a particular faith, but I've had those same conversations with brothers and sisters who practice Islam, Christianity, Catholics, Jehovah Witness, and even the Jehovah. I was like, oh, y'all is kicking some
Yeah,
shit.
I
I ain't
know a
gonna lie.
Jehovah
Like,
Witness.
hey, I ain't gonna lie.
And I ain't gonna lie. It was at first I was kind of like I said. At first it was more so. That's probably G baby. Can you take her downstairs? My bad, y'all. At first I was kind of like walking into it like, let me see what y'all got. Let me see what you got that I just have not heard already. Like let me see. And I ain't gonna lie. Y'all. I'm like, dang, I gotta dive into this. I gotta
That
hear
was
more
that.
about this. I gotta know what's.
Oh shit. Maybe the app ain't. Oh shit. What the fuck? Oh, no.
Don't say it. She's back.
My bad, y'all. G baby keeps fucking calling me.
Oh yeah, the call. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But
Call
yeah,
culture.
it was tricky at first, but I ain't gonna lie. The person who walked me into it, y'all like threw stones, and I kind of was like, "Oh, wait a minute." And she brought facts. Like I'm a factual type of person. Don't come to me. I mean, tell me how you feel, but let me know that that's how you feel. Don't come to me with feelings of factuals, and that's not even fact. It's all based upon how you feel at that moment.
Wait, shit, show. Y'all bad. Now let's go to my favorite segment, pink flags. It's pissing me off. Now let's go to my favorite segment, pink flags. Let's talk about those subtle warnings, the pink flags that show up when your values don't align, even if there's chemistry there. Tonight, we keeping it all the way real about how spiritual misalignment starts showing in the small things. So, y'all hold tight for pink flags.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
All right, ladies, I'm gonna give y'all scenarios, man. If it's something that you feel is okay that you can deal with, say pink flag. If it's something that's just y'all already know is a no go, say red flag. So, first scenario is your partners say they believe in God, but never engage in any kind of spiritual practice. Is that a red flag or that's a pink flag because everybody has their own way?
What you mean when you say like spiritual practice though? Like, can you be a I
Muslims
mean,
that don't
cause
pray, Christians that don't go to church, whatever it
okay,
could be in your terminology.
um, I mean, it really, it depends on. I guess it would be shit. I would it would it would depend on the person and how like really into it they are. If they're one of those religious individuals that are like constantly like consistently and constantly speaking it but like not, really practicing per se, like the mouth says anything, behavior never lies. So if they're always talking the talk and not walking the walk, then yes, that would be a red flag. If I know if they're, they've hmm they've I don't know how to explain it in a sense. Like if they are, I guess, like I know Muslims that they don't have time to always go to the masjid, and but they'll do their prayers, or they'll um make sure during Ramadan they're fully practicing. They uh and then I know ones who talk it and get on others who aren't, who are a part of the culture but don't do their what they should do per se, and they'll get on them but then they don't do. So it's like it's red and pink for me. It goes case by case and religion per religion. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say red flag. Like, if you say you believe in God or you are Christian or whatever, and I say, all right, let's go to church, and you say no, that's definitely giving a red flag. But it's like she said, everybody has like their own level of faith. So you have some people that only go to church for like certain things or certain reasons. You have some people that wake up every morning and pray on the side of their bed, and that's enough for them. So it's just like I feel like if you're saying you're religious, but you're not doing anything at all to tap into, you know what I'm saying? Even in your times of turmoil, like the first thing you say is, it's not, let me go pray about it. Like, I'm going to start looking at you like you just said that just to say it. Like,
Um, yeah, that's a red flag. If I don't see you do no type of nothing and you tell me, I don't care who you tell me you believe in, you I don't care what religion you tell me you believe in, but I see you do absolutely nothing. And like you said, some people they have things they do in their own ways, and some people they have certain holidays or certain times that they choose to go, and that's understandable. But if I absolutely see you do nothing, not even pray, or like you praying on a like in a downfall moment, that's the only time that you pray. Yeah, nah, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, it's a red flag for me. Um, I do feel like people should practice what they preach, but most of society doesn't. Most people who are practicing their faith these days are not really practicing their faith, and even people going to church and masjids are not really practicing their faith in their personal time. So, should I be in company of someone who claims to be of a certain faith, they would definitely have to show me. But that goes for everything. Like, that's not the only thing. If you tell me something just in general, you're definitely going to have to show me. So if I don't see anything, it sounds like it's not what you said. So yeah, it's a no, a red flag, hard red flag. But you good though, because most people are like that. We can't be mad at the world.
Okay, you want to pray or go to church, or you want to practice together with your partner, but they're not that involved and they joke about it and brush it off. Is that a red flag because that's a no go? Or is that a pink flag because y'all don't mind dating partners with, you know, different beliefs and different faiths?
Nigga, that's a red goddamn flag. You know, it's just like you can't. If I'm saying I need to pray about something, I'm already opening up to you about something that's going on with me or something that I'm feeling like deeply moved about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you brush it off or you carry the situation anyway, like I'm automatically gonna feel like this is not a safe space for my emotions and shit. Like
I definitely agree with that one. Especially if you practice in the same religion. Like, I can see if you didn't practice the same religion, then I mean, coming from the other person's perspective, that may be kind of awkward and it could be pressured. That's a lot for them. But for someone we can respect it like this. All right, well, you pray to who you pray to, and I pray who I pray. That's even acceptable to me. But for someone who doesn't engage at all, or you don't, that's a red flag. Yes, that's a red flag.
Sorry, I'm talking and I'm on mute. I agree with the young ladies. It would be a super red flag for me. Yeah, it would be a red flag. Like, it's no more that I can say than they've already said.
Yeah, it's a red flag for me as well. Uh, yeah, it's a no go. I feel like it shouldn't even get to that point. Like, y'all should already know what each other practice and believe or whatnot. So if there's no like understanding and openness to understanding just because that is your partner or the person you want to pursue, it's already a no. So we wouldn't get to that point, but should we, for whatever reason, it's a no, a red flag. Oh, that's it. Oh, you want me to keep rocking?
No, my bad. This spider is pissing, blowing me off. Keep making my camera go. All right, so you're growing spiritually, but they keep pulling you back into your old patterns. Is that a red flag because you trying to grow spiritually and mature? Or is that a pink flag because you know your ass really trying to vibe and get it cracking?
Dang, that's deep. That's a red flag. That's literally why I'm not in, like, I had to end my last relationship, was because we were spiritually vibing high and whatnot. But I'm realizing that everyone is not ready to evolve and grow. And that's always been a focal point of mine, is just like constant development and growth. So, with it being a spiritually high vibing relationship, because I was constantly growing, it was required for my partner to be able to grow with me, not at the same level, of course, but just being able to evolve and being open to evolving. So, yeah, it's gonna be a red flag because you look, we came in this world by ourselves, y'all. We came in this world by ourselves, and we, if you want to have a good experience in the hereafter, you can't be letting these people who did not come in this world with you, did not create you, pull you back. So it's a hard red flag for me. No.
Yeah, it's a major red flag because if you're not even trying to like mature spiritually, you're not going to mature regular like no, I can't do it. Whether it's religiously, it's just in general. If we yeah, it's I actually my last relationship is that's we had to end because not really even so much for a spiritual level, but just in general. So yeah, it would be a red flag for me.
Can I get the question one more time?
You try and grow spiritually, but they keep pulling you back to your old patterns. Is that a pink flag because they know your true self, or is that a red flag because you're trying to mature?
All right. So with that, I feel like a lot of times where we as humans fuck up is we don't move when we grow. And why I say that is like people see you at the level that they meet you at, right? So as you're growing, this person seeing you every day, they not seeing the little steps that you taking like to grow. So I'm gonna say that that's a pink flag only because like sometimes you gotta take a step back and away from a person to actually see the growth in them. You know what I mean? And I feel like, people are supposed to be with you for reasons or seasons. And if they show you that it's the season, you just gotta believe them. Right.
So it's like an in between for me, only because it's like if I'm trying to grow, I don't need nobody pulling. Nobody wants nobody pulling them back. So that's just where we'll start at. But at the same time, you can't help someone else's mistakes. So, and I'll give it to you in a different example. It may have took you countless times to get on the bike and ride it without no training wheels. And I know it. I know a person it took them one time. I know a person it took them 3 times. So just because you managed to reach this level of success or this managed of growth doesn't mean that the people around you, they may not reach the same potential, but they can't grow either. That doesn't mean that they won't be able to. put the potential into being and growing with. So I don't know if that's a red flag or pink flag actually.
Okay, last but this ain't last but not least. My bad. They claim they're open minded, but get defensive when faith comes up. Is that a red flag? Or, like Didi just said, some people take, more times than ever, and you should maybe give your partner grace and have patience.
Um, J5, I'm gonna double back on that. Not too much fucking patience, because sometimes you gotta step on people neck. Like sometimes you gotta apply pressure. But repeat the question for me again one more time, just so I can make sure I got my.
They claim they open minded about your faith, you know what I'm saying? But get defensive when when you're practicing and when it comes up.
So one, you're not open minded. If I can bring something to you, and every time I bring it up, that is you're automatically going to be defensive. Then you're not open minded at all. There's nothing open minded about that. However, a person that actually is defending what they're saying because they actually believe, some people believe in what they're saying, and that's why they're so defensive upon the words of what they're using, why they're saying it. Like that's why some people are like that. They really believe, they really stand on that. So, and nothing you can say is going to push them or move them in any other direction because they naturally believe what they believe. So, but no, you're not open minded at all.
Yeah, you're not open minded. I agree with what she said. Actions speak louder than words with me. So if you tell me you're open minded and you don't show open mindedness, then you are not open minded, which is okay. But as far as in my realm, it's not going to cut it. So it's a red flag. Confirmation.
Now, it's like if you say one thing and then you do another. That could be taken one of two ways. You could say you're open minded, you could be open minded, and then a motherfucker could show you something and you be like, yeah, no. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like you have to be open enough to communicate that feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times people be wanting to be open minded and wanting to like see shit through other people's eyes, but people are set in their ways. So I don't know.
Um, it would be. I would say that people. I don't think people really understand what open minded means. They'll say it, but I don't think they really understand the definition per se. So they're quick to say they are, but when they're put in the position to really represent what it means, I don't think they really um know that they aren't until they're in that they're in the spotlight, like, oh shit, like they're in defense mode all the time, and they don't realize that having an open mind is being receptive of things that you don't necessarily agree with, but you can see their perspective. Like, okay, I don't agree with that, but I see why you feel that way, or you think that, and I don't know. So, if it was for a spousal relationship, then I wouldn't be able to deal with it. But if it's like a friendship or that type of relationship per se, then I could handle it. It would be a pink flag, but it was someone I was dating or in a marital relationship, I couldn't. It would be a red flag for me.
Could I add one more thing? It's also a red flag. I just realized, like, it had. I thought about it at first when you first asked the question, but I actually experienced that before. Like, being in a relationship with someone who said that they were understanding. Um, he said that he was Christian, but actually he was, I think he was atheist. But he said he was Christian. I feel like he was atheist just off of how he moved and how he would speak about God and just how he felt and stuff like that. I really feel like he was atheist. But like when it came down to me trying to practice my faith at that time, I wasn't as strong, but I was uh, consistent. But he would literally like disrupt my prayers, like try to find different things to like overwhelm me and stress, because like I wouldn't want to do certain things within faith. Like if I was like stressed out and overwhelmed, like I'll try to calm myself first. So he'll do stuff to irritate me. He like destroyed my Quran. Like I had like a journal that I would write down scriptures and stuff. Like when he'll get mad, he'll just rip pages out. So like it's a red flag because it's not gonna work in like my continuation of growth. But I was thinking about it. I was like, it was initial red flag because I was like, oh, I've been there before, and it was not pretty, and it definitely didn't help with my growth or just even being comfortable in my faith at all.
The devil.
No, literally, that's why I said atheist.
All right. Tonight's woman of the culture is someone who's lived her love life in the public eye, but never let it define her faith. Miss Megan Good. From celibacy to marriage to heartbreak, she's been transparent about her relationship with God, how it shaped every step of her personal growth. She entered a faith based marriage with Devon Franklin, staying celibate into marriage, and been open about the challenges of keeping a spiritual alignment center during that marriage and after the divorce. So we're gonna discuss Miss Megan Good as Women of the Culture. Now, what does Megan's journey teach us about not confusing spiritual image with spiritual intimacy? Can two people love each other but grow apart spiritually? And how do you stay grounded in your faith after heartbreak or misalignment?
You said, can someone stay grounded and spiritually aligned after a heartbreak? Is that the
How
first?
do you stay grounded in your faith after heartbreak or misalignment?
I think that you should definitely try, just like off of our last segment, just of like conversion and stuff, converting due to like a relationship. We had brought up a point that I think Carmen had brought it up, that like you don't want to convert for someone else. So if the relationship doesn't work out, you definitely don't want your faith to be shaking because of that. If anything, it should be strengthened. You should like lean into it even more. And then what was the second part? Sorry.
You said the second part.
Yeah, I think
I
you
mean,
answered the question.
how do two people love each other but grow spiritually?
How do people still love each other and grow spiritually? I'm sorry, I could barely hear you.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like putting your faith first, whether it's the same or separate. Um, think that like you don't want to put your partner before God, so you choose your faith first, and your partner will like be your love for your faith and your a strong faith, and then love for your partner. So I feel like if you guys are mindful of just being strong in your faith, it will allow you to still grow spiritually in love,
Love you too.
because we mentioned God is abundance of love. So if we can put God on the forefront, love will prevail. But if we don't, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I'm doing my podcast right now. If you would like to listen. Shit. Oh shit!
Do your
What?
promo drop, girl. Go ahead. Do your
What?
promo drop.
Hello? My bad, y'all. I know it's my turn, but I feel like to grow spiritually with your partner and still love your partner at the same time, it's important to tap into that spirituality together. You constantly hear me talk about being equally yoked with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that so often is because I really feel like that's vital to success and happiness in a relationship, is finding somebody who has those equal values that you have and those equal um goals and ambition levels. Um I feel like it's also important to grow in your spirituality on your own, though. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you shouldn't be codependent upon your partner to grow. I feel like that's something that you both need to support yourself and each other through. You know what I'm saying? It's important to be there for your partner as they grow and vice versa. And it's important to grow together in faith as well.
You hear Justice? Oh, you did it.
All right, so I actually watched her interview that she had did. So I want to say yes to both. So yes, I do think that you can be with your partner and grow apart spiritually, only because, well, on the journey, I actually had to write it down my bad. So on that journey, both of you guys are still going to learn yourself. You're learning yourself, and you're learning actually what it is that you actually need during that journey, both of you guys. So I do think it's possible for you to go ahead and go your separate ways and still love one another. Now, staying grounded through a heartbreak. I mean, for speaking for me, it would be challenging, but from her perspective, because she was already introduced to this environment in her faith, and she was already strong in her faith, I think that's kind of why she was able to navigate through it. I don't want to say quick, but she was able to navigate her emotions a little bit better because she knew where she was grounded at and what she wanted and what she needed. Both of them, not just Megan, but both of them.
Okay, okay. So y'all had some different perspectives. So y'all do believe y'all could practice one faith and your partner could practice another faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could be able to meet a partner, right? And they're very strong in their faith, and then you may become very strong in their faith as well. But the relationship could go sour, but you can still stay in your faith.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Because all of those be blurred lines for a lot of people. A lot of people will
It's
take the
like
message.
even if a partner does, even if you do lean into a faith based on a partner, right? Regardless, it shouldn't just be them teaching you your faith. Like, they're going to introduce you to their faith. So they're going to take you to church. They're going to put you in a position to meet the pastors or, the imams or, whatever religion you follow, you're going to have an opportunity to meet those people. So even if you choose to go to a different one, a different masjid or a different church, you'll be able to go to that pastor and say you need a referral, and they'll be able to send you somewhere where you don't have to look that person in the face every time you want to pray. So I don't feel like it coincides. Yes, you meet God by yourself. Absolutely, Rocco. Um, yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That it possibly a solo walk for us all, right?
Right.
You want to do it though. Like that's another thing. Do it because you want to do it. Don't let
Yeah.
somebody else make you or pressure you. Like, and I don't know. I may find this. I've seen this. I'm seeing this in a lot of Muslims,
You
and they.
gotta unclick 99 J30.
I've seen a lot of, and they'll tell you, "Oh, I did this because the boy that
What's
I
up,
dated
brother?
or I was in love with at that time was Muslim. So at that time, that's what I did." And I always thought that was like the stupidest thing ever because it's just like you never educated yourself. You just jumped right into this. Like, I'll use, okay, I'm gonna use you for an example. I'll use me and Kay for an example. He right here listening, y'all. So Kay introduced me to something, right? And I'm not gonna say like he don't participate in it, but he
Hey, brother.
participate in it. I participated more than he do, but that's because I actually want to do it. It's a will that I want to do. Meanwhile, I could really like like I don't feel like doing that. I ain't doing it. Because not saying that's not his will, but maybe it's just not his time. That's just not his
What's
will
up,
right now.
brother?
Or it may not ever be his will, but I'm doing this regardless whether you like it or gonna do it or not. But if I feel like I need your support, that's where things come in. That's where the things start to really matter to a person. Because now I'm asking you to be there for me. I'm asking you to support me, regardless of whatever religion it is.
Thank you first. Right. Because it's like, even if you're not going to be the same religion, or even if you know what I mean, you can still support your partner getting deeper into their faith without following that same faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you could be a supportive person without being a part of something. Like,
You guys, I'm so open. You could listen. If I say I need to go, I can go pray. You can go. You can go do your prayer. We can do prayer at the same time. I'm sure they can hear us. They can hear us all at once. We could do this in unison. I'm so
I'm
that
so that.
I'm I'm that confident we could do this in unison together.
God watching. That's all that matters, B. I'm telling you,
Like,
that's all that matters. So he know your intentions. So I got those are definitely some fire takes.
You know,
I told the guys 11. I don't really know if that matter or not, because as y'all know, they've been ducking week after week after week anyway. So
who came last week? Cause I had my phone died and I had Legend. So I had to I was in, but then I had to figure out how to work it because I'm like I thought it was like gonna be an app, and I'm not really like good about this, but I figured it out. But my camera was off, and I think I was muted the whole time, but I can hear y'all. But I don't know who came next. So y'all, I had to get off.
probably because some people be clicking on the YouTube. That's why I was trying to make sure I got those comments to go. But where do we talk back and see if how long do I? Okay, I don't know. As usual, I'm gonna have to take the bullets for the fellas. Here we go. So we talk back, man. Is spiritual alignment a non-negotiable, or is it a luxury? It's time for we talk back, and we're gonna be honest about spiritual alignment. Is it good? Does it matter or not? Um, is a lot of us just humping? Are we actually trying to get married? Are we actually trying to get in love? Do our unions matter under God and when we pursuing the people that we love? Or are we just going through the motions?
Call me when you get home. Okay.
So, are we settling spiritually in exchange for chemistry? Or is one of these things the one that can't afford to be compromised? Don't quote me on these stats, but they say couples who share spiritual practices report 20% higher long term satisfaction. 1 in 3 women say they have lowered spiritual expectations just to maintain a relationship. Studies show spiritual misalignment is among the top reasons for divorce among faith-based couples.
Dirty, throw some Dragon Ball.
So, so I want to know,
You only
can
do
you
Dragon
can
Ball.
you equally, what you would say, Bills, equally yoked with someone who doesn't practice the same faith? Is these stats false, y'all, or is the end all be all? Y'all want y'all husband to practice the same faith with y'all, and y'all believe the way y'all gonna get married is through spirituality, or is the way y'all gonna get married and have a long term relationship, and a relationship of merit through just pure bliss, lust, and love.
Mm.
Yes, a no for me. I told you I left the last one for this.
Yeah, but which one is it? You ain't you get the man you getting married to. Y'all gonna be equally yoked in faith and everything.
No, I guess it's that's not a requirement. I think what I do have options, like I guess like what I would prefer. So I would either prefer him to either be a spiritualist like me or Muslim. I don't think I could really jump into any faith because Muslim is very strict and a lot of boundaries and a lot of restrictions that are very, very important. I understand the importance of it, but
Cause
it's a very
are
upfront
we married,
person.
ladies?
Are we married?
Is anybody married?
No,
No,
But
I'm
we
not.
but we are trying to get married, right?
never been married. Yes.
I'm
So
not.
so with those stats, I'm not gonna lie. With the stats, it put things into reality,
Yeah.
and the reality of it is this. So most it would be a lot easier to deal with someone of the same religion as you. It takes a lot of complications away. It takes a lot of pressure away from both parties involved. I can see like arguments about certain holidays, how this wouldn't matter to you, and how this matter. So in reality, most people would want to deal with the person who would have the same religious value as they have.
Cause we all trying to get married, right, ladies?
Right. I'm about to
So
say
are we trying to
like
get married under God, or we trying to get married under the state? Where do our values lie?
and
Under
In the
God.
pursuit of a husband.
regardless, like that's the whole thing.
Under God, indivisible, with
Oh,
liberty and justice for all.
look.
Division.
Pledge your allegiance to
My
that.
bad. My bad. You're right.
I second that.
I third it.
So are y'all
I
willing to
just honestly,
elevate
it's like this, right?
into these faiths
I've been in a
for
relationship
women?
where I had those arguments where it's like, cause honestly, Christmas and Thanksgiving are my two favorite holidays, right? I like to cook for my friends and family. I like to give gifts to the kids. I like to, um, really surround myself with love on those days. So dating someone Muslim, they tell you flat out, like, I don't celebrate Christmas. Like,
Flat out. Oh, sorry. I'm
flat
sorry.
out, fuck
Sorry.
Christmas.
Look,
Like
I say
fuck
all the time,
Christmas.
cancel
Can
Christmas.
I be like?
But is it
Cancel
fuck
Christmas.
Christmas to the point where you can't experience it?
But this is the thing though for me,
Oh
right?
no.
When I
Oh
was growing up though, when I was growing up, Christmas was magical. You know what I'm saying? Like I would go over my grandmother's house. We would decorate her whole house top to bottom. I'm talking about she would let me put spray snow everywhere. It was figurines coming down the fucking stairs. It was 4 Christmas trees, and her house was small. You know what I mean? So it was just like that's a core memory for me. Now, as an adult, studying religion and getting into it,
Somebody calling her.
Mm-hmm.
She was bam. I hate when that happens. So, are y'all? Because I'm kind of getting mixed messages. Are y'all
So,
willing to
so,
follow these men into these faiths in order to get married and have? Because it's a two-way street, or am I wrong? Because y'all
so,
want to get married, so that means y'all are trying to capture husbands.
no, I already told you how I feel about it. If my husband does not come to me in the right form, I will dedicate my life to the Lord and I'll marry the Lord. I'll marry scripture. I will marry faith. I'll marry all of that stuff. I already told you where I stand. So if it's not right, I'm not with it.
I know
Period.
you know, and I'm trying to keep shifting you towards
And
getting
you
you a
won't
good,
because that's what people
getting
want
you a
me to do.
good
They
man.
want me to drown in the chaos of this world. No, I was
No,
unhappy
no.
trying to conform and trying to make shifts
You
for other
deserve to be
people.
loved,
I
Z.
know
Love
I
is out
deserve
there,
to
B.
be loved in the name of the Lord.
Love, yes, and this in the name of the Lord is gonna give you a physical form to
And
love you as
I don't
well
know,
I
man.
as
believe that.
Jesus
I believe
introduced
the
you.
Lord
I've
will
been
send exactly
engaged
what I need.
fucking I've
Yeah.
been engaged 4 times straight 5 and
Yeah.
I never walked down the aisle. So it's like for me, it's just gonna take a whole different type of nigga to make me be like,
So, but that
let's
sound like
do
that.
this.
That
Like,
sound like it's a lot of men on this earth that loves you and willing to dedicate the rest of their life to you, but you're not willing to do the same. That's what it's
no, the
to
fuck
me.
is not what it's.
I
Do
will
you want me
teach
to
them
break
to
down
find a
every
woman who will
engagement to
accept them
you?
as they are.
Hell nah.
so in some form,
No,
when
niggas propose for
it's
different reasons.
25,
So that's topic for
a
next
little
week.
bit.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
that's
Oh,
next week's
Justice,
topic.
Justice.
Hey
No,
guys, I
hey,
don't know.
Justice.
Yay!
Hi, I'm loving the conversation. I'm just listening. I'm sorry for being late.
No,
Um,
you right on time.
for me, spiritual alignment is super important for me. I cannot date outside of my religion. I'm not open to it at all, honestly. And it's nothing against other religions. I'm Christian. Nothing against other religions. I believe that we all um, believe in a higher power and we all share a lot of the same morals and values and things that are right and wrong, and I think everybody has a right to believe what they believe. But for me and mine, like I think that spiritual alignment is the most important thing in a relationship, in a marriage. I don't think it's gonna work without that alignment. Um, I think God is the center of everything in our lives, and if that's the life that I'm living, I can't live that with somebody who doesn't believe that. Um, So I that's my take on it. Cause it gets like Bills was saying, like you have to be equally yoked, and that's a part of it. How are we going to raise our children? How are we going to, understand each other on a spiritual level if your belief is something different than mine? So that's my take on it. I think a lot of people can try. They can try to, you know, dibble and dab into other religions and people who do things differently. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't think that it could truly work because marriage is not easy, and you can do therapy and you can get advice from family, but ultimately you got to go to God. And if both of y'all believing in two different gods, it's like it ain't never gonna really be aligned for real. So I
And
that's my take on it. That's my take.
and it's like if you follow different religions, how do you get married? Because then there's the argument of do we have a mom or do we have a priest?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Do we wear shoes or don't we? Do we have to go through special rituals to clean ourselves? Can I wear makeup? Do you need me to, you know what I mean? Like how covered do I have to be? Like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like it comes into play
With them
How
snakes,
are
in
we raising
every
our
aspect
children?
of your life. Like it comes into play.
it can't
Yeah.
really actually. I mean, you got people that can switch some things up. Hey, come on, we can do this. Some people love each other to that extent to where heck they'll do whatever to make each other happy. If they want to do
But
it,
it's like the thing that people fail to realize about religion is Christianity and Islam align. You know what I mean? And I think that people miss that. Like in Islam, a man is allowed to take on a Christian wife, but a woman is not allowed to take on a Christian man. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is because the man leads his family in prayer. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm not going to say that it can't work. I think that it's all about compromise because in Islam, it's you the things that you follow are based on your husband's beliefs once you get married. As a child, the things that you follow are based on your father's beliefs. You know what I mean? And his way of thinking and so on and so forth. So if your father wants you to cover your hair, you cover your hair. If your husband wants you to cover your hair, you cover your hair. If they want you to cover your face, you cover your face. You know what I mean? So it's kind of all about what level of security does your man have within himself and within his religion to say you can still be you to what extent. Then it becomes how much of myself am I willing to compromise for you? You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So it's like there's so many different rabbit holes you go down when you have this discussion. It's tricky. Like it's tricky.
I think that that comment that you just made in regards to like what are you willing to compromise? I think that that is such an important question because like for me, for example, right now, I went through a just life, just went through life, and so right now my everyday looks like feeding myself the word in my Bible, listening to gospel music, praying. Like this is my everyday all day vibe, and I just don't know that I could be in the same space with somebody who might not agree or might not feel comfortable, or and would I feel comfortable in that person's space when they're in their
I'm
element, when they're
telling you.
worshiping the way that they're worshiping. Like what am I willing to compromise? Am I willing to compromise that peace? Am I willing to compromise that sanctuary? Because my home, is part of my sanctuary. This is where I worship, this is where I praise. And are you willing to compromise that? Are you willing to compromise your children's beliefs? As
And
women, you said, men, they're supposed to lead. you know how can they lead you if you don't believe what they believe?
and you know what? Let me tell you what that looks like. Yeah. That looks like what are you going to teach my son versus what am I going to teach my son? Who's he going to listen to? Who's he going to think is right or wrong?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, you have to pay attention to what part of the house you walk through when they praying. You can't cross in front of that mat. You can't move a certain way. You gotta pay attention to how you touch your man during Ramadan. You can't arouse him intentionally. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different lines that blend when you listen to the gospel music when you having a bad day and they don't want to hear that shit because they feel like now their faith is being questioned just because they're in the room where that music is being played.
Yeah, it's enough for
So
me.
when you talk about compromise, hi, thank you so much. The compromise is solely yours.
Right. Oh,
What you feel about that, J30? Just joining the discussion. A lot. All of these women want to be married, and it's seeming
I'm
like
open.
it's a conflict of if they're willing to compromise to another man's faith in order to achieve that goal.
With that, I think it's a 50-50 decision, um, or 100% decision of a certain person, whichever partner. Um, with me, I don't want to compromise too much because my religion is super important to me. So I was listening for a while, and I was hoping if the guys come up, he's gonna ask the same questions. Um, but yeah, I got.
Listening on Bigo.
Hmm?
No, I was telling them where you was listening at.
Um, yeah, shout out to the advertisement. I was on Big Bill's page. Um, I just do some type of compromising, depending on how our relationship going, how long we've been in a relationship, if we have kids or not. It just depends on certain things.
I don't know, Jay. I don't know really know what it depends on. The faith that I'm practicing is the faith that my family is gonna practice. I don't see my sons and my daughter growing up with any faith other than the faith that I choose and that I believe in, because I'm raising them. So if I get married, I'm pretty much kind of like on the justice tip, but I think my tip is a little bit more forceful. Of I'm just being honest.
period. I
So
feel
you
that.
You
think
gotta have to get with this. Everybody getting with the program once it's in line, so we all could be aligned. It
Trey,
ain't just forceful, but it the intention is so we all is living in the same world and have the same beliefs, so we all can grow the same, and we
Right.
not having too many different conflicts and of how we moving in the household. That's just what
So,
makes sense to me.
So Trey, I just wanted to comment on that because I was raised as a pastor's kid, and I always felt like my religion is my religion because of the way that I grew up. So I took it upon myself to actually do my own research. And I think when kids become certain ages, I think everybody should explore and do their own personal research, because you don't want to just say, oh, well, I was raised a Christian, so I'm a Christian. Like, no, do your own research, find out what feels right to you, find out what's true to you. And I think that that's something that, you know, plays a role into like our kids and like raising our kids, with specific religions. I don't think it's anything that not I don't think it should be forced. I do think it should be practice. I think it should be um, you know, brought into the home. I think that you should lead by example, but also let your children explore as well.
And what? No,
You'll have the
I'm,
freedom
I'm,
to
I'm,
explore.
I'm with you, but then I will have to ask you because when just say they get to 22, just for example, and they say, "Well, I'm just a Christian or I'm Muslim just because my family practiced Islam my whole life," right? Now, me coming from the way I'm saying it, I'm expecting to educate my child to the point where they're not just going. I would expect them not to say I'm just Christian because I was raised there my whole life, but I'm Christian because the same things that you just stated. Because my father was a preacher and he established a certain type of way of life that showed me that this faith may work. So this is why I've been choosing this faith. Now maybe they may become an adult and somebody may challenge that and they be like, "Oh, well, I'm also willing to learn your faith," but I don't know if it from my perspective it'd be just I'm practicing this faith just because in the education of it of religion or spirituality or faith how I do it with my children, it's education based. It ain't no just cause. Like they understand the whole purpose of why these values align and where these values come from in life through all of the different aspects, right? And then when you say children, then what children? What is children? What are we saying children? What age is these children that we allow them to be able to explore? What age should I allow my child to want to explore religion and faith on their own accord?
When that child is old enough to question with reason, it
So you
normally
got
happens around like the college era,
the
like right
oldest
after
I
high
got is a
school.
12-year-old that's about to turn 13 next month, right? So
Nah,
I
it,
never
it,
speak
it,
any age older than 12 because that's my experience, right? Now, if y'all
I
have
just want you to
anything
think
older than
about.
12, I want y'all to
I
know
just want you to think
what
about your
age is
own experience, Straight Five. Like, how old were you when you could really think and say, "I want to study this religion for this reason"?
That's what I was gonna say.
I would say I was in my early
I
20s.
wasn't old
Like,
enough. She said children. So I just want to know with children, what age should as parents do y'all think as a panel is acceptable enough to be like, you can challenge me on faith. You may know, like you said, reason or
I want to say
I don't know.
15
We
years
all
old.
have different experiences.
15,
So
I
Honest,
want to say 15 and up.
I've never had this experience, but if I gotta throw an age out there, and I would say before 16, because kids' minds they race, they learn stuff as they grow, and actually their mind is a little bit more bigger than what we actually think it is at about the age 13.
uh,
So if I had to throw an age out there, I probably give it 14, 15 for you to be able. That's a reason for me. That's at a good adequate age for a child to have a reasonable question about religion.
is that questioning, hey, our household practices Islam and hey dad, I wanna be a Christian? Or we Christians and hey dad, I wanna be Jehovah Witness? Or like, is that what
Oh
we saying? That's the question and
no,
I'm
that's like no. First of all, that's like
no, I think we're talking about education, like exploring different religions. Not to say that you gonna come home and be like, "Yeah, Dad, today I'm
oh
this."
yeah, I'm about to say that. No, that's not what we on. Yeah, you not. No, not today. Coming home. No, we not gonna do that.
y'all
But
know we talking about children, right?
asking questions. Yeah, yeah. I think that's like 14, 15 is a good age to be asking questions if they hear
About God?
different things.
Yeah,
Surrounded by different people, you never know what their friend's religion is as well. So you never know. They may have these questions.
You're
yeah,
saying
'cause we,
general
Oh, if it's
questions
just questions
about
about
God?
God, I mean my children can ask me whenever. Like I'm
Well,
with that,
literally,
y'all. Like you can
we
ask me
have
from five,
conversations
4 years
now.
old if you want to just ask me,
Right.
hey dad,
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
God?
you
Or
can
like
ask whatever, but you're
I'm
not
cool
coming
with
in my
that.
house talking about, oh well, this is what No, you're not grown. We not on that.
Because we know that's what exploration leads to. So I'm just want to know, like, when is a good age to let your child challenge you with another religion of their own research? So you be like, okay, let me listen to you, and you may want to have a different practice than what I raised you as.
Mm-hmm.
When their
That makes
beliefs
sense.
make them brighter than what they already are. So when they could show me that what they think they found is more of substance, that I would be okay with that, because I think about religion. When I think about religion, I always think about I always think about the story of the Tower of Babel, and like how they were building the tower to the heavens, and then like God like knocked it down, and then like there was all these different languages and all kinds of stuff. But like had they not been so focused on the language barrier, they would have been able to still maybe try again type thing. But they were so stuck on the fact that they weren't able to communicate the same language, they aborted mission and went their own ways. But I feel like within religion, like it's kind of the same thing. Like if you really believe in your faith, it should be leading you to God.
For
So
sure.
God will bring a lot of things, beautiful things out of you. So if this faith will is more in alignment and in tune with you, and I see a change, I will be open to it. As far as the age, I think that I will be comfortable with allowing that to be an option. I think about 15, 16, 15, 16 will be comfortable. But that's not like to convert. That's just like, I'm open to what you're talking about. Show me what you're talking about. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see what that really looks like for you. Because another thing, the last thing I want them to do is be like, dang, when I'm 18, my mama didn't let me practice this or observe this and go that route off of the fact that they didn't get the opportunity, not because it was really calling them. So I would be open to it, and I would love to walk them through that
All
or
right,
see what that looks
215.
like.
Come on, Justice. I bounced it off you originally. What's your number?
Um, I don't I don't know that I have a specific age. I was a lot older when I decided to just not explore but just be more knowledgeable about other religions. Um, and I think for me, I'm not even really I don't consider myself a religious person. I'm more of a spiritual person. Like I don't really I think as cliche as it may sound, I think the word religion was created to separate people, and it worked. Like it really did work. Um I think for me, like the most important thing is just my spirituality, my my morals, my ethics, just the different things that I believe, my practices, the way I carry myself, you know, things like that. So I can't really give you a age range. Like my daughter, she's 10. She asks a bunch of questions about God and about different things that she learns in children's church, and we'll watch little movies, or I'll go and open up the Bible and read to her and explain stuff to her. She hasn't gotten to the point where she's asked about any other religions, but if she does get to that space, I would be willing to, explain to her that there are a lot of different religions out here. A lot of the different religions have a lot in common. Um, but this is what I believe, and this is my life, and this is, I don't know. I don't think it's a specific age. I think it just depends.
I don't know why I keep doing that. What you got, Tizzle? I'm trying. I
Man,
notice I keep covering your
I
face.
like what she said. That's what there's no specific age when they intrigue. I feel like even if you don't know about it, like dive in it with them and then figure it out, and then y'all can learn together. You know what I'm saying? Figure out if you want that,
Mm-hmm.
because there should be no compulsory in it. There should be no force. You know what I'm saying?
age of
And I was like,
when they can come in the house
The challenge.
to challenge what you raising them as.
No, I don't. No, not a challenge. Just
Most
a
Because
people challenge.
curiosity.
challenge gives power. Like
Yeah.
that's like in my mind, you challenging me is like you walking in my house and you basically telling me that now being open, having me open and listening to you and you bringing some factual, some reasoning. Okay, then that's one thing. Now you coming in here in my house, in my domain that I raised you in, telling me that this is what. Now that's where we gonna take things a whole
That's
different route.
that's what I'm asking y'all. Because
All
I
right,
feel
And
so
like
look.
it's a good general
it's no
consensus that
age,
Yeah,
and
maybe
yeah. So
any
just as
age we acceptable with our kids asking us about God,
any
anything
I
age,
like that.
think
it's
that
the
But
it's
I
the
what
just say
I
same
about
think
thing.
that
challenging?
the only I don't first of all I don't even think it's a challenge. I think that that happens and
I say
it's only acceptable when that child is grown out on their own. That's why I said originally that that shit happens around college age. Now, mind you, I think where the discord is coming in is that we're using the word children. I'm still my mama child, and I'm
Yeah,
36. So it's
but
just like I feel like there should always be room for conversation and understanding. You know, I'm here for all of that. But
all
when
right,
it comes to you telling me what you gonna do, you need to be doing what you gonna do. Like
it's a lot of
yeah,
anti-God atheism. It's
yeah.
a
I
lot
was
of
about to
like
say so.
stuff going on. These kids is catching it real early,
I was
Mm.
and
about to
Oh,
say
that's
so.
a no. Me and
So
my household shall
it's
serve the
it.
Lord.
all right. So this what I hear. Right. So when you ask that question, you gotta understand that you can't control nobody or what age they gonna challenge you at. That's out of your control.
absolutely.
But what you will accept, that's something else. That's totally two different things. That's what y'all saying, like y'all saying. So any age you can be challenged, 6, 7. You're going to be challenged all those ages. You got to have the right information and the evidence is behind it to show them so they'll know for sure. You know what I'm saying? They still their decision is their decision. You know what I'm saying? They're a separate person. What we tolerating is two different things. You see what I'm saying? So when you say that any age, they gonna challenge. I got 3 sons, you know, fine. You know what I'm saying? I get challenged from when they niggas 2 and up. Yeah, I gotta communicate.
My son is like 1 years old,
Uh-huh.
and he like literally 1 years old. Like he just turned one last Saturday. So
Okay,
I don't know
mashallah.
shit about that.
Right. Okay.
Like he
Well,
just
that's
had his first temper tantrum like yesterday.
okay. See, that's what I'm
So
saying. You
Yeah,
see
oh,
what I'm
you got
saying? You
you
gonna get that
circle
you
back
challenge.
gotta
to
you gotta
circle
yeah you got
back
a
to me
long
at a
road.
later date.
You
Yeah,
got
you
a
got
long
a long
road.
road too, but you
Boys is
gonna get
different.
that challenge. You gonna get that even
No,
with
so
girls.
what we tolerating then?
What we
You don't
tolerating or
tolerate too.
not
When you
tolerating.
tolerate too much,
We
though.
all parent
Yeah.
different, right?
Yeah, but when you first stated your question, you saw it made it seem like you were basically kind of forcing it on them. You said, "In my household, this is what they're going to do. This is going
Yeah,
to."
Yeah,
for,
that's why I
for
yeah, I
said
shit
it like
sure.
that.
So
the
Yeah, for
you,
shit
challenge
sure.
you
word is
kind
what
of
should be
delivered
done.
everything.
For shit
So what
sure.
I'm saying is going to be a
We all
level.
do it. We don't use terminology, but we do it. We influence our children. We influence and we force
We
people to.
do. We sponge.
Uh-huh.
They absorb
So we
everything.
don't use the
But it's a level.
terminology.
How
It
you
is
say
what
it's
it is.
going to be a level. They either going to turn into a perfect good pastor growing up, or they're going to start rebelling against you. Or in the middle, they're going to be open minded. So I'd rather them be open minded, and when they get older,
Facts.
they're going to experience stuff. They might go to school with their friends. Their friend might be Muslim,
And
or
Right.
what you think is going to dictate them being open minded? That's what I'm asking. You tolerating what is going to
I just,
dictate your child being open minded
Okay, that's what you
in
saying.
your opinion? Like you know what I'm saying?
in
Okay.
my
It's a
opinion,
lot
they're
of
going to be open minded. They're going to learn to be open minded because, especially in the religious type thing, like I said, they in the middle open minded. You learn so much from leaving your house and going to school. A child, before you even get to school, you're gonna learn so much stuff. So they might have a friend or a teacher or something that's in another religion and say something to them, and they pick up on it, and they might not come right back and tell you, but they might hear it for the semester or for that
Fact.
market period, and they bring it back to you like, "Oh, Dad, I learned about this. what you think about this? Or they want to be cool with their friends. They might be Christian in your house, but in the street they Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Hang with their
right.
friends. I see,
Yeah, it be like that.
So is like this real facts. You feel me? So that's why I think the open mind is going to come in at, and the parents should be open minded too,
And that's what I'm
and
about to say.
try to
That's
see
important.
these out.
It's important because you don't want that resentment because you're gonna get exactly what bruh said. He gonna be somebody where he's in front of you, but he's gonna be somebody else in the street and out there in the world, and then you gonna be thrown off. This is what a lot
Yeah,
of mothers go through because they don't
nigga,
understand that
nigga,
factor.
nigga gonna have to be.
Right,
You said
right.
mothers though. I'm a dad. And I'm talking about not even a lot of
Dads too.
morals and principles are faith in line.
Right.
So when I'm saying forcefully, I'm forcing morals and principles and certain type of manners and certain things that's going on in my household.
Mm.
So yeah, if y'all telling me they gonna act a certain type of way around me, and then yeah, they may stray away and act different. That's the only respect I can ask for from my child. To be honest with you, we all grew up certain type of ways. What other respect could our parents ask from us but be respectful to every single person in their presence? But if you doing some dirt, boy, I better not find out, and you better be doing that shit somewhere else. And then as soon as they find out, you gonna suffer the repercussions because they're like, we ain't raising you like that. So yes, I'm forcing certain morals, principles, manners on my children so I
Oh
can
yeah,
make sure they're raised a
yes,
certain type of
certain
way.
ones. Not.
Now, the faith aligned, I mean, bro, you know I don't have a Pacific faith, but so that's what I'm saying. But if I did, I would do the same thing because that's
Right,
what I'm a believer.
right, right,
Because we
right.
got
They
from a
I get what
children,
you're
fellowship.
they can
saying.
We got
only
I get
from a
what
grow
you're
up
God
with
man.
saying. Like,
they can
like,
only grow up
like
with
for
the people that
instance.
birthed them morals,
But see, that's
principles,
the
and
Right,
thing.
manners.
That's
right.
the thing, though.
That's who's shaping our children, their parents.
My son is gonna grow up in the church with my mother and me, right? But then when he with his father, he gonna go to Juma.
He
So
gonna have to
it's
make a
like
decision. Yeah.
he gonna have his own decision to make when he get to a certain age. Now, at what age would I allow him to choose? I mean, I have no say in that. If he decide to go back and forth every
The
4 years, that's me
influence,
being more
whoever
issue.
have the most influence based off how he getting raised and
I don't even
implementing
think it's going to be
those.
about influence. I think it's going to be about his level of understanding of each faith. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
It's both.
it's gonna come to a point where he decides to say, this is what I believe and this is the one that I want to go with.
Yeah, that's when he grown.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel like it's both though. It's both.
When
It's
they
this
grown, they out of
understanding
our hands,
and
y'all.
this
The
We know
influence
that.
influence has a big
because
part in it, whether they're like consistent with it or not. Like that's what's gonna move him to pick
with the influence.
the influence is
Exactly. That's why I say
gonna
it's both.
pick
He gonna have
whether
to have both.
But that's what I'm saying. So what
And that
happens when he
influence
you can
get
will
you
people
cannot take
that
influence?
influence y'all is what
you
we
cannot take
saying, leading by
the person
Nah,
example and all
so
those
if
things.
his
That's the
if he
influence.
go to
That's all those
church with
things that we
if he
naming.
hear me out, right? If he go to church with me every Sunday and then he go to Juma with his father every Friday,
Right.
what's more outweigh what?
The example is most likely going
No,
Yeah,
to
the
I
have a
most
can't
stronger
say
influence.
influence
if
of
if
The
who is
a
most
leading by
influence.
best
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
whatever religion
The
that he
influence.
Which one he's doing more,
what
who's
he
leading
gonna
by
choose.
more example, who was more consistent. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I think. The consistency, the examples that's displayed from the different sides. We all
Facts.
but
got different sides
I
of our
can't
family.
say that
Are we
if
lying?
I
It
don't
don't even got to
know,
be
man.
religious
I
based.
can't
We
even
all
say
might got
that for
two sides of our
myself
family.
though. I can't
We
even
all
say
got a
that for
mother side and a
myself.
father side.
You what?
And they two totally different sides of your family, but
But if that's the case, right? If it's all about which one had more influence, then I would have never took my shahada.
I mean, at that time, that's what had more influence over you at that time. At that time, that's what you
But
had.
it was a decision. But it was a decision I made though. Like mind you, because I was in church way more
Whether
than I
whether
had
that
anything to do with
and you think your
Islam.
son may not make the same decision?
it's
I mean,
still
I
the
don't
still
He
the
care.
gotta go to sleep.
hey,
Yeah.
it's still
It
the
don't matter to
influence
me.
that made
Yeah,
As
I'm
long as
saying
he
ain't
has,
saying
as
he gotta be
long as he
cool.
has a religion, that's all I care about. Now, if he come in the house and tell me he don't believe in God, we
So
gonna have to go
I
outside and box about it.
so I
Yeah, we might have to
Fine.
box about that. I
not
ain't
to
gonna
get
lie.
up
Yeah,
not
I'm with you.
not to get off
The box
topic,
about
right?
you coming out talking
Un-
about that.
not to get off topic, y'all, but understand what religion means, right? You know, religion means just something you practice every day. Like
Right.
that's your daily routine. So working out can be your religion. It's not about your title. You know what I'm saying? That's what the real definition of religion is. So whether you pick a religion, what you decide, what you just going to drive your life, whether it's a job, women, whatever, drugs, whatever, that can be your religion. If that's what you consistent and invested in, that's all
So
the
you trying
religion
to
is.
tell me, you trying to tell me my religion is carrying mail, nigga?
No, see, you're not
Because
understanding
all
what I'm
day
saying. I'm
long,
saying
all I do
is
is
that
deliver
no.
fucking
You talking about
mail.
that action? Listen,
Hey Mo.
listen. She burnt all the way out. I'm talking
Hey
about
Mo.
is that the thing you love the most and you're invested in and you do consistently. That's what you're invested in. So if
Hi,
you
baby.
love your kids the most in the world, and this is what makes you move and go get a job and deliver mail or not do it or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is
religion, faith,
this is your God.
spirituality, whatever we
This is your
call
It's
it.
just
God.
your
This
it's
is
I
just
what
a
feel
you
like
word of your
worship.
strategy.
yeah,
It's
I
your
feel like
Yeah.
strategy.
Yeah.
all our
That's
principles and
what
stuff
that
comes
means,
from
bro. So when
some
you say
alignment.
religion, that's all that is like what do you put your faith in?
Yeah.
What do you put your faith in? That's all it is.
I don't
So
know why
whatever
y'all
you put
trying to
your
push back and act like the
yeah, like you
principles
try
and
to
the
act.
faith that y'all growing up with
Yeah,
and that
whatever
y'all
you put your
believe in,
faith
y'all
in, you
not
put your
instilling that
faith in
into
your
y'all
health,
Yeah,
children.
I'm
and
about to
that's
say,
Like,
it.
why y'all act like I'm the only one?
hold
Like,
on, hold
All
on.
right.
what?
Let
I'm just not
go.
Nigga
forcing.
said force.
I'm
Yes, we
not
No,
are.
no, no,
forcing.
because
No,
We,
I'm
I'm
saying
not.
we
and
are. You
Jason.
I,
taking him? You just
if
said you
that
gonna
was the
take him to
case,
church
I
with
would.
grandma.
If that was the
Kyle, you
case, I
got it.
wouldn't let him go to
You just
Juma.
said you be taking him to church with grandma.
I
He
just
ain't choosing
said.
to go to
I
church
just
with grandma.
said. I just said he going to both though. So if I was
Yeah,
trying to
but
force it, then I would
but
not. I would
but the
not
one
allow him to
no
be
no no.
picking up from school early on
But the
Fridays
one
and be
that
taking
he
to
but
Juma.
the one he's going to on your side is the one you're taking him to, or the one you giving him to grandma to and grandma taking him to. That's not by his will.
Right,
The two, three, four,
right,
When he
five.
right,
go to
right.
Juma with his father, he's taking him.
His
So
father.
what
That's
you
his father
saying?
forcing him. That's his
Right.
father forcing him.
Nobody
That's
is
somebody
forcing
else.
him
We
because
talking about you.
we're both taking him equal
It's for it.
places, so he
It's
can be
forceful. You
influenced
taking
by
him.
both.
You
Yo,
taking him
so
upon his will.
wait. So what
For
if
Wait,
he
what you
wakes up?
feel like
What
okay,
if he
it's
so
your
wakes up
I'm
on
child.
about to
Sunday
say, wait a
morning?
minute,
If he wake up Sunday morning and grab grandma coat and like, Grandma, can I go to church today? That's not forcing him.
That,
Exactly.
Get that. Young
Yeah.
kids get
that
that,
way
man.
Yeah.
he's curious
Man,
on his
That's
own.
true.
that shit
But
sound fire. That shit sound
yeah,
fire to
but
Kids
somebody that's in
love
that
My
Bible
kids get
school.
that.
listen, by the time he get that age, how many times did y'all take him to that same church with grandma before he can do that? What are we
right,
talking about, y'all?
right,
Like, come on,
So
guys.
right,
so
Let's
I'm a,
let's
I'm a,
not let's not go on a carousel.
Kids just
right.
want to go with grandma. They
I'm gonna
don't
Wait,
use
need
this
to
hold
go.
example. I'm gonna
Yo,
use this
hold up. 'Cause
example.
They
You
just
you
love
being
grandma.
wrong right now, my boy. You
Kids
being
love
wrong
their
right now.
grandma.
Bro,
Because you
I
trying to
just
put
did
an age
Cat,
limit
come
with it.
on.
no,
You so you
just say it real. Just let's make it real simple in black and white. When you
that's what I'm
say
trying to say.
when he
Your
grabbed
son,
grandma and say, "Grandma, I want to go to church," right? We'll say, "What age is that?" Just to say, I'll give you grace. Let's say it's 4. Let's say it's 3.
Right,
So
can you
How
deal?
many times did he go
at
to church with
that
grandma before he was in
understanding,
the span of him being 3? For him to be conscious enough to know, grandma, I want to go to church. Where in his mind, it's a building, it's a certain people he's think it's how many times did he do that for him to have that constantly in his brain?
let me
And
say
how
one
many
thing
times
real
did he
quick.
go not in his will, being a child, before he could have those experiences? What are we talking about right now?
We talk. Listen. So
And
how
it's
many times
okay. Force is a bad
your
word,
son,
but it's okay,
how,
guys.
how many
Trey
times your
Five.
son asked you while he
Okay,
was young,
guys.
Daddy, can I go to McDonald's? What age was your son when he said it on his own? Daddy, can we go to McDonald's?
Bro, guess who took him to McDonald's?
Yeah,
I
before
had
But
to
he
who
take
asked?
said
him.
He asked
I
you.
had to take him to McDonald's.
for
I had
him
to
to
fuck.
start wanting to
Like, what are we
feed
He
him.
talking
wanted to
about?
go with
No,
you.
he saw the fucking commercial.
No, them arches ain't do that,
Nah,
bro.
nah,
Saw the
Nah, bro.
commercial.
Them
nah.
golden arches ain't do
Hey,
that,
look.
bro. Them kids
So
ain't
what
eat
Five
McDonald's
is
unless we
saying?
No,
feed them kids McDonald's.
that
Like,
little
stop
girl and
that.
his
Hey,
class
Stop
came
that.
back
what,
from the
what,
dentist
what
with
Stop that.
McDonald's.
Cat?
Or we sending them to people that's gonna feed them McDonald's. Or we sending them to schools on certain areas that's going to influence them to want McDonald's. Like, what are we talking about?
No. Kids come back from, you know how you go to the dentist,
From
you
where we
take your
send them.
kid to the dentist and you send them back to school with lunch and you drop them off at fucking lunch and they sitting at the table eating Burger King and all the kids around them eating bullshit. That's
That's
how
how
that
we
shit
grew
happened.
up, my nigga.
That's how that
That's how
shit
we
happened, my
grew up.
nigga.
No, that's
Because
how
you
we grew
remember
up.
that and you not
Because
about
that's
to
how
tell me you
we
don't
grew
remember
up.
that.
And
So
then we pass
if
that
you
to
go
our
through
children.
life and your whole mind you, the first time I had candy, a bitch gave me some candy at school. My mother had me on all fruit.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
So
Those are
if that
places
that
we
shit
put
don't
our
fit in,
children.
but
The
but guess
schools,
what? Now
the
I'm going home and I'm
neighborhoods,
like,
the
Mom, can you give
daycares,
me a
the
Snickers?
family members.
She looking at
Those
me
are
like I'm
choices
fucking
we
crazy.
making. Why we acting like these ain't the choices we making?
Hey, so I was about to
Why we
say,
acting like our kids like, hey, I want to
Look,
go to the
all my
school in
mother did
whatever
was send me to
neighborhood y'all
school.
move us
How?
to?
Listen,
Like
my
what?
mother did not know. My mother did not know that little girl was in seventh fucking grade with a book bag full of candy, selling that Sam's Club fucking candy that her mother done bought her so she can make money at school. My mother did not fucking know that when she gave me $4 for lunch. Okay.
Maybe your mother thought though she instilled enough into you that you wouldn't take no candy from no fucking little ass kid from school and eat it. Cause she didn't probably
I
pout you
was
enough
looking
times
at
saying,
candy
don't be eating
every
no candy off
day.
the floor.
Every
But what
day.
you do, you went to school and still eat that little ass
Yeah.
candy.
Bitch
But
had that shit in her locker. She was like the candy lady at school.
we dictate certain parts of our children's future, y'all. And y'all know that. So let's not scapegoat about that. So now we in this epidemic of, yeah, man, let these kids choose everything soon as they could think about wanting to choose something. Like, y'all tripping.
No. But
I
since we
don't know
got a
what
couple of
y'all
fellas up
talking
here, because we got
about.
some men up here now, can we go back to the earlier questions? Can
Yeah,
we
you're
touch
right. Because
on
we
one or
got the
two?
children and it did start with marriage. Okay, my man, thank you for that. So all these ladies want to be married, fellas. And Tizzle, you want to hear. And we
okay.
talking about spiritual alignment of how important spiritual alignment is getting these beautiful women married and to a blissful future. Because
For sure.
do y'all feel like the spiritual alignment is a big factor in getting married and having a blissful future? Or maybe blissful ain't the right word.
So I think one of your questions was something about I forgot the first question you asked. I was listening, but you asked so many. Um,
You talking
Jump
about the
on
red
the
flag, pink flag question?
yeah, jump on the one that you
I didn't.
was it
I
pink
can't
was it
kind
pink
of
flag?
remember. I'm pretty sure you got them written down. I don't got to. I don't. Didn't remember all of them.
But you got
Um,
it somewhere. Was it pink flags about
Was it the one where we were trying to figure out? Was it the one where we were trying to figure out where the after the stats were brought in?
after this, you said after
It's
what?
like so after Trey Fab brought the stats in, and we were like the
He
reality of it is whether you can actually marry someone with the same religion and would it be more peaceful.
Yeah, that's one of the questions. To me,
So
I'm a
say that
Christian.
again, D. My bad. My bad. Before my bad, bro. Say
So
that again.
it was pretty much like
Get
before we were
married.
asked
What?
questions on our own opinion about do you think you can marry someone or date someone who have different religion purposes.
can you
And
be equally yoked with someone who doesn't
Okay.
practice the same faith
Got you.
then
or
Got you.
any at all?
Got you.
Is that the one?
That's one of them. I can. I think I could do that, but I would rather have. Well, anyway, if I get married, the female I be with has to have a relationship with God. They higher power. I rather a Christian woman, but I would love to have a Muslim woman too, just because I could learn from them. I could learn certain things from them. Like I believe most Muslims that I ran into have a great level of discipline, like a real strong level of discipline.
Yeah.
I will pull that from it, like and I know Muslims not I don't want to say have to, but they supposed to, I guess, learn some of the other religions. That's in the Quran to learn some of
Yeah.
the other
Everything.
religions.
Yeah. Everything.
So um
Even outside of
I
religion.
would there's always a debate with the Muslim Christians, but
Mhm.
I think I could have a wife that is Muslim and I still could be Christian. I'm not going to convert from no one, you know, and I won't force them to convert to my religion, you know. And another question you asked was about if they're not showing godly things. If you're in a relationship and they're not showing, they be saying this but not showing godly things. Like, um, I believe in the Bible. I think all Christians should have a Bible. If you claiming you such a religion and everything, you should have a Bible. Um, and if not, I'll be in a relationship for 6 months, a year. In that time, I think you should have a Bible or share in my Bible or one or the other. You know, so it's certain things that you did bring up that I was listening to that I liked, and I heard the females' response to it, and I wanted to ask questions about it also. But go ahead, I want to hear my brother over here.
All right. So yeah, man, I feel like no, it would not work with two different religions, and I feel like yes, it's needed. Spiritual is needed in that's why the households where it's at now. Ain't nobody got no spirituality, none of that. They not connected. So that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, why I say that is because it's a dysfunction when you got two different things. It's like having two drivers in a car. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go with one thing. Where are we going? Or if we all in the same car, but we going different destinations. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we gotta be going in the same way. You see what I'm saying? Or this can be what? Counterproductive to one another. Things is not gonna go nowhere. It's gonna be stagnant and it's gonna break apart. So it gotta be one accord on any team. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's why I say that.
And another question I think you said, when you in a relationship, how they like act? Are they always showing that they down with the religion, or are they basically BSing?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I want to say, if we both Christians, or we just start a relationship, and you say you a Christian or have a religion, and I have been in this situation where I call a part time Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Because a part time Christian is if we come out of church and you start, we in the car, you want to change the music to rap, you know,
Mm-hmm.
banging stuff, cursing, or let's say throughout the week, you're I only see a Christian side when we on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part time, you know, like you don't gotta be this Bible everywhere, boom boom. But I think most of the days of the week, or I pray every day, and I pray. I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian, but I pray a lot during the day. I used to pray once when I was younger at night, you know, but now I pray in the morning, in the middle of the day, when I get in the car, when I get on the bus, when I'm around people. I say a prayer, you know what I'm saying? So that part time Christian is I can't work with that. And that's something I can't tolerate in my household.
So there's no grace for, like, some people try, the woman that you may love, you may have the woman of your life, and
Right.
you may have to give her a little bit of grace to make the transition though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will. I could do that. I could do that. Yes. I could
So
do that.
maybe she might want to put on that, who y'all know, Flipper T or Kenny Man or
Yeah.
that,
Not
you
even
know what I'm
just that.
saying?
Be a time where that person could be doing that, and you don't know that they're doing that. That's just the only time that you see it.
Hmm. Oh, y'all did say that too earlier. Y'all said that, and I was like, some people, when you say they don't go to church and everything, some people, well, Christians, they temples in here. They have church. They can have church by themselves, protecting their temple. Fellowship, they don't got to go to church to fellowship. They can fellowship on Zoom. They might go out hang with their boys, and they have a little fellowship. I do that. I do that. I break the conversation. They can be talking about anything. I'm like, I'll start talking about God. I bring God in any situation anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, I really believe in that. Like, um,
Now, not God, right? Because of course I'll never challenge nobody's faith in God. Now, but
how
nobody's married. So do y'all feel like maybe some of these practices that we have and the way we may be approaching love in our relationships that maybe something ain't working?
Because
Or is it the whole world, y'all? Is it everybody else?
It's the whole world.
Man,
no,
so it could be.
it ain't the whole
That's
world.
one vote. That's one vote for the
It's
world.
definitely not the whole world.
But
I mean, if you want to get technical, you can look
We
like
gotta
pull up.
get
Because I
technical.
blame
All
Come
right, so
on.
look,
myself
it's really
for
so
Nah,
not
my
Bills,
Mike, put
don't
the
being
duck off.
screen
free.
Don't
up.
duck
Put the
off now,
screen up.
Bills.
man.
Right, put
I'm
the
not a
screen
man.
up. When
But
you
as for men, and I'm not a man, I'm a woman. So I can only imagine, but from what I was explained, as a woman, we're supposed to follow our man. Now, I'm not stupid. Now, if you
Now
go
lose that
jump off the
compromise
cliff,
word we loved
go and
earlier.
jump off that cliff by yourself. But with that being said, I say that with a lot of emphasis. And I'm gonna throw love in there. Because if you truly, truly love someone, right? With all your heart, you truly love them. And this is where we're gonna go back to throwing in doing something because you want to do it or because this person wants to do it. Now the love that you have for this person can make you transition some things or make you rethink some things or be open-minded to more things that you were not open-minded to at first. That can happen. But that's all if you have to want that. I wouldn't say just go do it because this person is saying do it or because this is the man of the household. Or no, you have to do that because you want to do that. Your love for that person can possibly transition it.
They're gonna learn from you. They're gonna take something from you. I
And
believe that.
that could be man or female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but
I
ho,
started relationship with an older
I
girl.
think we was on the context of the marriage, right? He was like, all right, I was about to get technical.
Of accountability.
Yeah,
Of
Yeah,
what
kind of.
accountability are y'all taking
like
from not being married
like
today?
understand that five trying to tell y'all that don't y'all want to be married? I know everybody on this platform
I
want to be married,
feel
I'm gonna be married.
right?
I don't know if they do though.
I
Y'all want to
feel
be
like
married?
I'm not married now because I wasn't standing on business like I am now. Period.
Okay, all right, hold on. No, I'm asking the question. I'm saying, do everybody right here on this
I don't know if I
screen
can let
right
this slide,
here,
but
do y'all want to be married eventually? Like
Yes.
that?
I'm open to marriage, but I've already said that I'm like more open to like dedicating my life to just changing the
I'm
world
talking about
and
the
just
rest of your
being.
life, though. I ain't talking about.
Yeah, I'm okay with being by myself in servitude to the Lord.
Okay.
yeah, you ain't
But
yeah,
I'm
you ain't his
open
Zizi
to
yet.
marriage. I'm open to marriage, but I'm not like, oh, I need to be married or I want to be. I feel like my life won't be complete unless I'm married. I don't feel like that.
No, I'm
I
saying
feel like
want.
my life
So you
could be
want to be
complete
married,
without
though.
marriage.
So you want to be. So you basically want to be married. I ain't basically
I'm
then.
open to it.
Yeah, it's not the end all be all, but she open to it.
I'm
She open
open.
to it, right?
So yeah, she she
she
she
want to
wouldn't
be right.
mind being
We gonna
married.
I
take it.
wouldn't
All right.
mind being married.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Right.
Yeah, she want to be
She
married.
wants to be married. Right. So
Yes.
you want to be married, right, bruh? Like,
For me, yeah.
yeah. All right. D,
When,
you
when
want to
I get
be?
married, I don't want to get divorced though. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
make
of
sure.
course. Yeah. We
Oh,
just said
so do
we
you
just
want to
said
be married?
we just saying we want to be married. We
Yeah,
just
I
want
want to
yeah.
be
You
married.
you
You want to
always
be
you
married?
already think about the back door at the front door. I don't
Yeah,
know.
nah, look,
That
No,
part.
no.
that's different. All right, what I'm trying to say is like, you know, the marriage rate in America, the divorce rate, and
Oh
like how
yeah,
many people would get even getting married is very
I'm
messed
pretty
up.
sure it's low.
yeah.
Man, yeah,
So where is the
Oh,
success?
you can't come on here and stray my ladies away from marriage, bro.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about in
I'm
America.
leading them. They gonna find their husbands.
Yeah, he don't like
Are
that
you
part.
talking to me?
Yeah. Yes, nigga, I'm talking to you.
Lead
And
straight.
they
How?
gonna find
Oh,
husbands.
hold on, hold
And
on, hold on. That's what we saying. Hold on, fam. What you
okay,
talking about? You throwing me
you talking
off
about
now.
stuff.
You
You talking
throwing me
about
off.
divorce rate? Like
I'm
I
talking
thought you was
about.
going
I'm
to.
talking about in America. I'm talking about where is the success in marriage in the world? Like, where's these places at that has a real good success rate?
Look though, that's why I asked him earlier.
That's what I'm getting to.
And what? Marriage under God or marriage with the government? Like, are you merging?
That was good.
That's the whole point of the faith-based conversation of
Yo,
are we
I could have got
loving?
married and got a bag for it too.
She said what? Who what?
I could have got married a couple months ago. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, got a big bag for it. Like it was actually a business deal.
But that's not a real
Like
marriage.
people could get married anytime. If I wanted to get married, I could have been married and had a bag along with it. There's men who want to marry me now, but their heart posture is not right. So it's just like.
But the point is like what Big Bro was saying is to get married and stay married though. Ain't nobody trying to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? If you look in the Bible and in the Quran, that's one of the things that God made permissible in certain conditions, but He hates that.
Under certain conditions.
Now we have a married panelist.
Yeah. Okay.
Now boom. Mm-hmm. Everybody on the panel say they want to get married, but what compromises and sacrifices did you have to make spiritually to get married, or did you and your wife get married spiritually aligned, and do y'all practice the same faith?
The same faith, no. Sacrifice, I don't believe you make any. It's kind of one of those, the person is who they are, you are who you are. I don't really think a sacrifice is a sacrifice. If you have to stop being you to be whoever they want you to be, then that's not who they married. You know what I'm saying? But a white dad told me the reason why black marriages fail and white marriages succeed is because black people marry for love, white people marry for business.
It is.
Hey, ladies. I swear to God, ladies. Y'all done chew me up so many nights. If y'all let this nigga slide with that.
Yeah. Hey,
no.
Good business.
After
Big
watching
business.
a couple of episodes of Snap, like, I swear to God, like, I'm telling you, like, white people be on some shit. They be tripping. They really they can have a business or deal with themselves. They gonna get some paper out of that shit.
But white people don't got the most successful. They do got a better success rate than black people, though, is what Boom's saying. That's what you saying, Boom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good success rate, but it is better than black people.
I agree on the business deal.
It is. It's true.
Well, I will say
that's why I was getting to it, though, but go ahead, Boom.
Let's not stray away from black people getting married.
They do divorce, but they divorce after the kids move out. Like, it's like a business deal.
Yeah, but
so are you telling the ladies that they are not married because, and the fellas, that they're not married because they are not willing to make business propositions with their partners?
No, I won't say that.
Because you just said you got married, right? But you and your partner are not aligned in faith. So which one of y'all compromised in the marriage to have the ceremony, per se?
Neither.
So y'all had a Muslim wedding?
Both. I had the imam speak at the wedding.
At a Christian wedding, at a Christian church?
It wasn't at a church. It was at a...
I wasn't there, niggas. You ain't invite me. Yeah, so I don't know. I got yeah, what his ass. I would know. I would already know.
No, it was a event space, like an event. You know the PSW?
A hall?
Like a hall, probably like a ceremony hall.
Nice, venue.
So it's possible. You remixed it.
No, you can do that. That's
I mean, you can do. I ain't here to tell nobody you can't do whatever you want.
In different things to make each other happy. Like at the end of the day, like if you want to, and listen, if you want to have a pre-teen and we got to jump the broom, well, guess what? We love each other. Well, let's get it done.
At the end of the day, we all pray to the same God. So I look at it like, I don't know, it's give and take. I
We
will say
cannot
that.
all
I
pray
don't
to
think
the
it's
all same
sacrifice.
God.
I think it's give and take.
Yeah, you
So
got some. You got. You, I know you got some people
manage
that
like
disagree.
holidays.
Uh,
Mm.
uh, y'all be whooping my ass. I don't know why y'all letting these niggas. Now
Man,
everybody pray to the same God. I didn't heard y'all
Right.
rebut that
Everybody
before.
does not pray to the
I'm
same
about to say,
God.
and I'm about to
that's
say, like real.
No, no. Listen, I'm sorry. Listen to what I say when I say praise
yeah.
the same
I'm
God.
trying. I'm trying to give you a time to correct that, Brody.
When I say praise the same God, I'm not saying like you pray to Jesus, you pray to. I'm not talking like that. We all pray to the one.
No, we don't all pray to one
No,
Whoever
God.
that's
the
no. They don't.
creator is, whoever
No, they
created it
don't.
There's
all,
people who actually curse that one God. They want to say curse words towards that one
whoever,
God.
at the end of the day, it's still somebody up there. I don't care
I
what
don't. I
religion you
thought you
in.
was trying to say
It's
like,
somebody, whoever the
I
higher power
what
is.
he was trying to say,
The
boom.
higher
You
power.
was you was probably trying to say like
Most people,
when we talking about when we talking about the creator of all things, that's
Mm-hmm.
the one God that we all talking about. That's what he's
That's what I'm
basically
talking
saying.
about.
He ain't because you said it wrong though. Because we all don't pray to the same God.
Oh, I see what
Some
you're
people
talking about.
really,
No, but you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah. I
Yeah.
know what you
and
meant. That's why I
everybody
said it
doesn't
right.
pray to the Creator either. Like we don't
That's what.
believe in
That's
a
why
lot
I
of
corrected him. But he's
the
trying to
same
say
stuff.
when you are praying to the Creator. Let's say if you was for example, if you was a non-Christian and you say, "I'm praying to God, the one who created the earth, the moon, the sun, the angels, all this, right? Whatever else." And then you got a Muslim saying, "Allahu Akbar," da, da, da. Y'all are praying to the same God. This is what he's saying.
Yeah. It's just in different forms.
Different languages,
Yeah.
because that's
That's all it
Arabic.
is.
Allahu Akbar means God is the greatest.
Right.
So in our culture, how do we align?
What you mean?
Mhm.
So the fellas can marry the women.
I think that women need to start proposing to men. That's what I believe.
I think
What?
women should lower these standards.
Hey, hold on. Stop.
What?
Oh
Damn,
Lord.
hey lady, hold,
Oh
hold,
I
hold,
don't really
no.
stop the
agree
music.
with nothing.
No to both.
First of all, I don't even throw race on nothing. I
Expectation
don't
is
throw race on
crazy
nothing.
because
But
men don't
do you
even
know
propose
what a
these
woman
days.
has to go through just overall, just overall?
Expectation is wild.
I don't care what you got. It's not. That's not what it's
You know,
about. Because you got to
and
go through.
at that point,
But I
giving
guess
them
that is
that
just
much
his view.
power, what the fuck are you here for?
It's not what you got to go through. It's not about
That's
that. It's not
Hold
about what
on.
you've been
First
through.
of
So what is it
all,
about? You married
I,
man?
When
that's
married, it's not about what you've been through. It's about what
that
you're going
shit
through
corny.
right now. It's not about what you've been through. Fuck your past.
Yeah.
Been through,
Okay.
in
You
a
focus
bitch.
on
certain
the future.
sense,
Please,
in a
you
certain
better be
sense,
proposing to me. I'm not proposing to you.
yeah.
That's the
On
problem.
that,
Fuck is you
nah,
talking
Everybody.
nah,
about?
nah,
Proposing to
So,
you,
where's,
bitch.
nah.
where's the problem?
all right,
It's over. This
five,
shit is up.
five. I got a question for you, five.
Okay.
Women want these traditional men,
Uh-huh.
but women do not want to be a traditional woman.
Say
Right.
it.
That's true.
Meaning, like they'll be like, I go to work all day, blah, blah, blah. Your work and your house do not coincide.
Hey, look though, not to cut you off, boom.
What's the
You
question?
right though, because I was about to go on you. You right, because when the prophet first married, right, his wife married him. His wife sent her sister and married
Oh
him. So yeah,
yeah,
that is
I
she
need to hear
some
did.
more.
yeah.
She did.
Man, y'all
And she
see
was
this
older than
with
him,
high
10 years
faith.
older than him.
And she, but that was a man of value. That's another thing. Like I feel like men
All
have
right,
to be suitable to
yeah,
be
for
able
sure.
to be asked. Like I don't know, men. Like
What
even
does
like
What is
suitable look
y'all
like,
you
Z?
suitable? I
saying
was about
that.
to say,
Like
what is
what do
Yeah,
y'all
you
what does
bring to
suitable
the
suitable look
though?
like, Z?
table
Because y'all
to
be thinking
feel?
of
Come
these
on,
Huh?
ladies.
millionaire niggas with mansions and all that when y'all say suitable.
She seen something in the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. She
Yes,
seen value
yes.
in that man. She seen
Hold on,
God in that man. And she was going after, she wanted that man because of what she saw in him.
right.
So
He ain't
that's
had no
what made
money
her
though.
do
He
that.
had
Not
zero
because she's
dollars.
like, oh, I want to ask this man for marriage. She's like, no, I see God in this man. I see value in this man. I want to be a part of this man's life. And the prophet, he didn't even he was confused as to like why this woman of this stature would want him. Like
Facts. See, you know something, mashallah. See,
Yeah,
you
that's
know
why I
yeah.
think
something.
y'all should lower y'all standards. Women need to lower these standards to me.
Like for real, for real.
Lower
Where
the
are
standard,
your standards at?
yes.
No,
Common
Propose.
I
bills,
don't think it's
Listen,
just
justice.
lowering your
listen.
No,
standard.
we're
I think
lowering.
it's
Let me
Because
raising
tell
your
you.
Where is the
expectations.
Let me
individual
tell you why I
standards?
say
We're
that.
lowering standards.
lower the
No,
standards, yes.
Nah, cause he right.
No.
Listen to him because the
Let me
understand the
I'm
prophet
listening.
was
Y'all
broke.
gotta take
The
turns. Y'all
prophet
gotta
was
take
broke.
I'm
turns.
So,
listening.
but go ahead,
I'm
bro.
let
listening.
me let me say one thing. Like
I'm
these women
listening.
out here, they want 6 feet tall,
Oh no,
handsome. Listen,
no,
hold on. Car, house, fully
no.
established, money. But when you got that little ugly nigga with no money, with nowhere to go, and that really loves you, y'all, he gonna treat you like a queen. That nigga with all that money, he gonna stump you out every night. But that's what y'all want. Y'all want the
Can
nigga with the money, he's well off and everything.
I
Y'all
give you
push the
one
other guy
small
away.
pushback, Jay? One
Huh?
small pushback, right? You say they do want them, right? But their baby daddies don't be them. So we really say they want those men? Because don't none of their baby daddies be those type of men. So
In my defense, I said
maybe
I
they
wasn't
do
standing
want
on
they
business
want regular
before.
men too. They want regular men.
Yeah,
But when
That's
you
the
hear
same thing I
a
tell the
woman
women
speak,
about men
So
when they say
women
they want
want
the big butt, they want the big this, but their baby mothers don't be that. So like they are both
women
sexes are willing to
the
compromise,
men.
bro.
The
I'm
thing
telling you.
is,
yeah,
I'm
I
about to
don't
say,
want that.
the thing about the love. This is the thing. There comes a standard, and there comes a time where a person. All right, let's do it like this. Your first relationship, or we can use your first baby mother. Your first baby mother, you had way more tolerance and shit than you would have had. Now here we go to second baby mother. Now you not tolerating none of this shit. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this because now you done elevated a little bit. So that's where the standards. That's where some of the standards start to elevate. That's where they come in at. Now here's the thing. Now that standard for every woman is just absurd to me. Every woman does not want a tall man with all this money, well established. If that's the case, like go ahead, no, not everybody wants that. That
want
comes with a lot
alcohol?
of difficulty. Some
Want
people
alcohol?
actually build with someone. Now, I may take the ugly duckling on the corner that don't have nowhere to go. I
I don't
may
believe you.
accept that, right?
I don't believe you.
But here comes the level of things. Here comes the leveling of being a woman. This is where leveling comes in. Because now I'm now carrying when a woman has to carry the buckload, sometimes they get tired. And you have to deal with some men out here that will sit back and they with that. They don't see how exhausting it's becoming. So now when that woman has now elevated now to something else, is oh her standards are too high. No, 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 no. That woman has been through this, and this, and this, and that's why the fuck she not dealing with this, and this, and this.
And that's what I told you
Can't be
earlier.
upset
But
about that.
That's what I told you earlier. That's where women are wrong. You're bringing your
yeah,
past into your present. That's
No,
yeah.
wrong.
I'm about to say now, not saying, now granted, I'm not saying, oh, well, because my ex broke my heart, that's gonna be my love record for the rest of my life. No, if that's the case, then why the fuck you fucking with anybody? Like that would be no point. You
So,
still gotta be open, but be
so
cautious.
could I ask you a question then? So say you had an ex, right? And every time his phone died and he picked it up or whatever, and he came home, you found out he was cheating on you, right? You break up with him. You get with a new dude. He's out, his phone dies, you come home, he come home later on. What's the first thing you think?
No, I probably won't be. By this time, I didn't know this person, so it
Don't
shouldn't.
matter. What's the
I'm
first thing
not
you're
going
gonna
to
think?
automatically go back to. Oh, you was doing. Nah.
It's gonna be
That,
a trigger. Now it's gonna be a trigger. And that's your past coming back to your present.
yeah, I'm
The
about to
Mm-hmm.
only
say that
look,
wouldn't
I
automatically
see where
change
you
that.
trying to go, boom. But the tricky part about that, right, is do you not agree that
What?
men and women, some people we value or attracted to or give appreciation to sometimes the elevation of people. So I
No.
know I get I think we do, man. I think some people are based off their elevation, they get a lot of credit because of where they come from and where they at now, versus a lot of people that's already the place they at, but since they didn't have the same plight, the same credits don't get the same admiration. Now, who am I to say one is has more merit than the other? I'm not here to say that, but I'm just saying that when you say leave your past, because that kind of makes sense though, because I get what you're saying. It's like if you came from here, right, and came from here, and I met you here. When I'm with you, should I be able to, should I experience all of the trauma of the shit that you came from? Like I met you here. I didn't meet you back there and then you came here. So I kind of understand
Right.
where you're coming from, right?
If you're
But
talking about like
what is the balance in that?
if you're talking about like a business success, and I can say I'm looking at your
No,
business.
life success.
No, no, but listen, if I say I'm looking at your business, and I say, all right, yeah, he started off here, and now look, he's an empire. As a business, I can be like, all right, I saw that, I viewed that. In a relationship, no, I can't base anything off
You
of.
can't see that as in a person.
No, what I'm saying is, I can't bring. You can't be like, oh, I started here because, but this and this before you. No, I don't hate nothing about that.
Apartment.
You know what I'm saying? Because it goes off of where we are right now, and then
So
going.
you blank slate. You don't care who
Yeah,
she been with. You don't,
you
man.
got
Don't
to,
none of that
bro.
even
That's the
matter.
thing.
Like
That's the thing. You have to, because if you don't, it's going to be a burden on you. That's going to be on you forever.
I
That's
disagree with
true.
that, bro.
So you care about who you girl been with before you?
No, I
Maybe
mean,
if you,
in a way,
maybe if you,
I see what he's saying, cause
but
it.
if she been with niggas in my proximity in life, yes, because we might run into
If
these
it's your,
people.
but
She might
it's
run
your
into these
girl.
people. And if I
It's your
meet her
girl
and
that
she
you
from
chose to be with.
Milwaukee, probably ain't gonna give a
No.
damn who she been with in Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm
Right?
saying is, you
So
would
that
have
I'm about
already
to say
known that
that's
before she
different.
was your girl.
I ain't hear you, brother.
You would have already known that before she was your girl. You'd have already known everything before she was your girl. That's what you accept.
I don't know about that one.
Huh?
Y'all didn't have that conversation.
About who she been with in the city?
No, what I'm saying is, if it was somebody in your circle,
No, I'm talking about in the city. Period. It ain't gotta be nobody in
man,
my
fuck the
circle,
city,
nigga.
bro. The city's small. Fuck the city.
Nah,
Fuck the
a
city,
lot,
bro.
a
But you
lot of.
need to know. You need to. He five. Y'all both saying two different things.
No,
Five.
no,
You
no,
saying
no. He has a different tolerance than I have.
Yeah.
But
what I'm.
and
Well,
but I'm
no.
coming from a like Tizzle. I'm coming from a privileged standpoint, which I always give praise to the love of my life. But
No, I'm
I
saying
can't.
he's saying in the sense of who you been with. Like I don't care, if, like on some Lil Wayne. I don't care if you was a prostitute shit. I don't care if you fucked 100 niggas. I'm taking you what you are. Is if I see
For
you
sure.
changed or whatever, that's what he's saying in that sense. Not like specifically like that. Like now, like I think anybody should want to know that. Like for real. Like if you fuck niggas in the city, like I need to know who because
That
you
don't
know what
mean
I'm saying.
I'm not gonna cheat. If I'm already love you,
Yeah,
like
but you don't
I'm man
care.
enough to take
Yeah,
it on. But
Boone is saying you don't
I
care
can't
enough.
be oblivious though, Boone. Like
Yeah, that's what
how
he's
can
saying.
I protect her? How can I know
Right.
what
That's what
when we
y'all.
walk
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
buildings and we go into certain areas, what's going on in her life and how can I be and I'm not saying she's like egging these type of things on, but in my opinion, if we have children and everything, I should know enough about her past, man, so I could be able to probably protect her, her family, and my children. Like
If it's
that's
something
just
serious, yeah. If it's something serious, but if it's
because,
something,
but she may not know what to dictate what's serious.
but that depends on your lifestyle and what she had to accept from you.
No, that depends on the nigga she was with lifestyle, nigga.
Not
We
even
could be
that.
in milk
Depends
and
on your
honey, and
lifestyle.
she was with a certain type of wild person that may approach her crazy, not caring who she with. I would like to know. Oh, you was with. Oh, hey,
That's
that's
what I
such and
said.
such.
That's if it's a serious situation. If it's
So
not a
look,
serious situation, then no.
no. So this what he's saying,
But
bro.
who dictates that?
He's saying,
You
look.
can't dictate if it's serious or not, Boone, if
I
you
was about to
never
say
know and you
if you
never had a
never. This is what
conversation.
he's
If you like
saying,
blank
bro.
slate, I don't care about nothing over there.
This is what
No.
he's saying, bro.
That nigga walking milk and honey, you like, what? Why he grabbing my girl arm like he know her?
Yeah,
Like what?
this is what he's saying. Y'all can have that conversation. She can withhold information, lie to you. You wouldn't know until you got the outside perspective or somebody else's perspective, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So, and what he's saying is, say she tell you, nah, I ain't fucking no nigga around in the city. And then, like you said, when you walking Applebee's, a nigga grabbing her arm. Now we got a nigga.
Now,
Okay, so what
ladies,
is
how
this?
much do y'all unveil with the men that y'all with? Do y'all unveil past situations or are y'all more aligned with Boom, man? Blank when y'all get with somebody new, it's blank slate. You don't need to know about who I've been with, what I've been doing, and we moving forward.
I mean, nah. If you, I mean, you ask me. If you ask me about somebody, then I'm gonna tell you. But I don't really. I mean, it depends. If we having a conversation, and I guess that's one of the topics, and it so happens lead to another topic, and it comes out, and boom. But if you like, I don't necessarily feel like I hide anything. Like it wouldn't be me hiding it, no. But am I about to sit and tell you about everybody that I've been with? No.
Okay.
No, I mean
Yeah.
I don't really see the point of me telling you about everybody that I've been with. That's kind of
Not
that's
everybody.
a bit absurd, but I kind of get what y'all saying. Like, yeah,
It's a
bitch,
red flag. Mm-mm.
He said that's a red
if you
flag. Yeah, nah, for real.
I'm
You
not even
shouldn't want that anyway,
discussing
though.
that with my girl. Fuck it.
Don't
But
know
like,
this, man.
I said though, like that's why I said that's a hard one because depending on what path they're taking, you should never want that person that has that type of history. If that person ain't trying to go forward, then you shouldn't even be trying to deal with that type of person anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna be too much. You know what I'm saying? They already too deep,
Read that body language. Mm-hmm.
and that's why when we on this topic, it's important because how are y'all really measuring y'all man? What is y'all measuring them off? Y'all ex, y'all fathers, what?
Yeah.
Because this is what the Quran and the Bible teaches, and nobody. No, I mean, I see Muslims do it. I see a couple Christians do it, but I don't see the world doing it. I see the world freestyling like it's just a marriage. Like, okay, we about to go get married. Like they don't even know the process. How you even what you call it? Like look for your wife. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know the word for that, but how you even properly look for a wife or a husband.
Mm-hmm.
We going to clubs, bars, all that, and we looking for people, and we thinking we about to find this dream woman and this dream guy. And what is at a bar? A person that's gonna get drunk. More than likely, he didn't got drunk multiple times and had sex multiple times with different women and different. If it's a woman, different men. Not saying they hoes or not. They probably had multiple boyfriends and girlfriends. You see what I'm saying? But that's what that leads to. So
A ratio. That's a ratio.
if you want to go grocery shopping, you're not gonna go to the gas station. You see what I'm saying? So if you
That's
want
fire.
if you want to go get a husband, why are you going to the bar to go all that? You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, how is we measuring our future spouses? That's very important. That's why the spiritual thing is important because who knows is better but than the creator of all things.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. But you want to call a spade a spade. You can meet a good girl in the club. I see exactly what you're saying, but you can meet a nice church
Yeah,
going girl in the club.
that's one
She
in a
might want to
million.
go out and have a drink that night. She with her friends that always be twerking
Yeah,
and shit. You peep
yeah.
her out. You might
You
got it.
might.
You go
Yeah,
to church. You
yeah,
go to church and find a freak. Them church girls be freaks.
yeah.
Having sex in the church.
Yeah,
All
that's
types of
true.
people.
That's
Especially the
true.
preacher wife. I mean, daughter. I'm being honest with you.
That's true. All people is people. But when you do the ratio, what's the
Yeah, when
ratio?
nigga ain't
uh,
saying you can't go. Nah,
yeah,
you can go to the church and find a freak, yeah, for
yeah.
sure. But is the
What's
freak
the
the wife?
ratio?
Is she a
Yeah,
wife?
She
yeah.
got,
The
she got
good
a shot
girl,
in her.
the good
She in
girl
church
from the
with a shot in
club,
her pocketbook.
Right.
nigga
They
might save her
they
for a
got
minute, but is she a
they
wife?
got fish you don't like in the sea. You'll throw it back in there. Nobody
Uh
Am
huh.
said
I
you had to get it. You know what I'm
am
saying?
I attracting her like a husband?
Right, right. Exactly.
Because
Five, you hit
it
it on
go
the
both
nose.
ways.
It do. It do. You can't just be asking for all that and then you ain't even fitting the criteria of a husband.
Okay, we got another married man up here,
What's
brother
good?
man, Drayski. A lot of people on the panel, man, trying to get married. The only people married on the panel is the two brother men at the bottom, and we trying to figure out the pathway to marriage, man. Whether it's spirituality, love, like what is the pathway that I can that you two guys at the bottom can help me find to get my panelists married, man, and
Uh,
fruitful relationships, man.
Yo, I enjoyed y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see y'all next time.
all
Yeah,
right,
man,
Brody.
J30.
Bye, bro.
Alright. Honestly, man, I'm gonna go with a little combination of spiritual and love. I feel like it's depends on your age. That your age and the timing. It could start with love, and then it's some spiritual get mixed in somewhere. You know what I
Right.
mean? But everybody don't have the same beliefs, man. Like my mother and my father been married for years, and my mother believes, but my father don't. But their chemistry is well. You know what I'm saying? Like they like glue with it, man. They stuck together. So it just kind of just depends on how you looking at it, and I think that's just pure love when it comes to my parents. So I
So
don't know
due to
what that. I don't know what the
spirituality,
rest
yeah,
of
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's fire. I mean, damn, that's different. See,
yeah.
Boom kind of said the same thing. That's two different generations of, married couples that may
Yeah,
possibly not be spiritually aligned, but they in love.
Right.
yeah.
You know, what my dad told
Mash-
me. He said, if
Mashallah.
your balls, my dad told me, he said, if your balls not happy, you're not happy.
What?
If the boss,
The boss?
If
what
your
you say?
balls not
It's
happy,
almost.
you're not happy.
Uh,
Hold up.
What?
Nah. I thought you said the boss not happy. I thought you were saying that like how they say happy wife, happy life. This nigga said what?
yeah, I
No,
think I think he was saying it in reverse.
no. If
Yeah.
your balls aren't happy, you're not
Yeah,
happy.
you saying it in reverse, basically.
No, listen to what I'm telling you. If your balls aren't happy, you're not happy.
He said it like
Elaborate.
7 times. I think we all
Elaborate.
heard him, but I don't know. I don't know which one of the panelists didn't hear him, but
Whatever
you
you're
might.
saying, I do not agree with that either.
If
Mm.
I'm telling you, bro, if you're not sexually satisfied, you will never be happy, bro. If your balls aren't happy, you're not happy, bro.
Where is the ladies at? He is bring.
But what if the woman is not? What if the woman is not?
We're not
You
talking
know?
about the woman right now. We're not talking
Oh,
about you right
oh,
now.
now we are. Look, do you know how
No,
many women? Do you know how many women get
no,
sexually don't
no,
actually sexually
no,
pleased compared
no,
to you niggas' balls
no,
that you putting
no,
out there?
no. We're not talking about you right now.
No, we are. I'm the
No, we're
woman.
not.
We are
No, we're not.
compared to you men. Compared to
No,
you men.
no. I just told you what my daddy
Clock
said, and
that.
that's
No,
it.
no,
We're not
Pieces.
no.
talking about.
Yes, yes,
We're
yes.
not talking about emotions. We're not talking
We
about
are.
emotions.
When we're gonna go back and forth. The facts is the
We're not
facts.
talking about
Your
emotions.
balls. Do you know how many women get fucked by niggas' balls and still aren't sexually satisfied
At all.
at the end of that?
At
That's their
all.
problem.
Man, get this nigga out of here, Trey. He gotta go. This nigga not married. Ain't no way he married. Ain't no way he married.
This nigga not
Now,
That
married.
was
now
quick.
I'm thinking, like now he gotta be like he gotta be just
Hey
you gotta be
dog.
a woman hater. You gotta be one of us. It gotta be one of the two.
Nah, for
I'm not
real.
saying right with boom.
Hey, Boom freestyling a little bit. He
And
Oh
I'm
Talking
my
about
freestyling,
boom
bro.
God.
freestyle.
on this shit.
But
So
They funny as
so
shit.
damn, I mean, so damn, y'all, ladies don't agree with that. But
with
I
what?
mean, would it be a bad thing if all the men said "happy wife, happy life"? Would that be bad?
Hell
That
yeah.
would be a great thing.
Um I think a truly divine feminine woman, happy wife, happy life. But traditional women, no, not happy wife, happy life. Because the traditional woman these days, the modern woman these days, is very self centered and selfish and sometimes ego driven. So, like, if she's happy, it doesn't mean that the collective's happy. But a divine feminine woman, she will make sure she's not happy unless her collective is happy type vibe. So happy wife, happy life. So if wife's happy, that means the house is copacetic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's the right woman, happy wife, happy life. But just in general, I do believe that women are not traditional these days, and they don't they don't get those same traditional cliches applied to them. So,
I gotta say, I definitely agree with that too. You do have women that ask for that want to be treated in traditional ways, and they It's the complete opposite. It
Don't
isn't.
know how to cook, don't want to cook, don't want
Yeah,
to
I'm
take
about to
care
say
of home, don't care about
the
them
will
kids,
to
them
even
kids.
try is just not even there. So in some ways, like
Last
that.
resort.
That but when you say that saying, and now I'm going to double back on what you said, because when you say that happy wife saying, you're really saying that you're not using that with today's tradition. Like you're not doing that. You truly mean happy wife, happy life. Like she said, the home is taken care of. This is done. This is done. There's a lot of things that go into that
Will
saying.
a woman will a woman do that without being sexually pleased?
I did before. It wasn't worth it.
So y'all kind of making his point.
Yeah. And, and,
I ain't
and,
gonna
and this
lie,
is what I'm
Jesus.
and listen, understand that y'all just saying happy wife, happy life. That what if he is not happy too doing that?
No, that's what
But that's what
that's
we
what
were
we're
talking about.
saying. That's what we're
It's a
Us.
saying.
hand in
Like
hand.
that
All right,
saying in
so
Yes.
today's generation, yeah, that's BS. But a traditional woman that actually is doing what she mean when you mean that saying happy life, she's taking care of both of you guys are happy.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what we're saying. That saying
Yes.
within its own that meaning within its own saying that's what that means. Now when
Right.
these
all right,
hoes say shit nowadays, they some trash. They hoes don't want
I
nothing but your
I
money
But
get it.
see,
and
that's why I asked y'all about spirituality and
Yeah,
alignment, because when these everybody in these generations, they get in their relationships, right? A man gonna come to a relationship thinking a woman should be this based off his mama or his upbringing. If he ain't spiritually aligned, if y'all not spiritually aligned, then you gonna come in doing the same thing. So unless y'all have some type of spiritual alignment that y'all both follow, that y'all gonna be able to agree upon, and you know what I'm saying, and to be able to operate under. That's what I'm asking. Then what? When y'all get in relationships, how do we dictate when your man telling you, my girl's supposed to do this, and you telling your man, well, my man's supposed to do this?
right.
Where does that bridge gap at? Because we saying happy wife, happy life. What you
All right,
say?
and
that's
Happy
that's why I'm glad you.
balls, Niagara
that
Falls.
in line with
But
communication.
I'm glad you on that file because that's where
I
I'm
feel
trying to
like
get them.
even with a
Put.
good woman and you believe in happy wife, happy life, you'll be open to being on this. You guys should be on the same team, honestly. When you have a real woman and a real man, y'all should be on the same team. So y'all should be open to growth, change, whatever
That's
is necessary. Like, and the
that's not
woman will
true.
be able to naturally facilitate that with through her femininity. Like,
That's not.
women don't understand how much power they really hold if they really stand within divine feminine energy. Like how they say women can rule the world, we really can. Should we not try to take over like we're a man, or even try to take over for that matter? Just do what we do, and we gonna have the like what the heck? In ancient cultures, I don't even think about like how like in like ancient history, not ancient cultures, ancient history, the wise men would in their councils would like, politic or whatever. But before there was a final say, they would go to their wives. You know what? X, Y, and Z happened. What do you think? And then they go back with the sound device to go back. So the women was honestly a part of it, but just not like how we try to do it now, trying to be front and center and trying to be seen and be the one to say it. Like, no, we could still give guidance and good instruction without trying to be the lead.
So
So
you
I
know what
think
that
if
is?
y'all on the same
It's
page, it'll work.
a two-way
You know
street
what that is?
with today's generation too, because it's a two-way street. Because you have you have the women who literally they're just here. I don't know what the fuck they're here for,
Just
but they're
here,
just here, and that's just their
giving us a
purpose.
bad
And
look.
then, exactly, and then you have those women who are generally honestly tired, and they have been put in a predicament to, as a male, to do dominant
Yeah.
things. So, and that's what we go back to. That's
No
what we're
such
going
thing. No such
standards.
thing. No
Oh
such
my
thing.
No such
god.
thing as what?
Hey,
No
hold on,
such
hold
thing
on.
as what you just said.
Because we about to go on a carousel. Fine. I don't know if you
Trey
know
Five,
this.
put his back up.
But
He
look,
want to fight again.
She said she ready
nah.
again.
Because look, we
No
gotta
such
get
thing.
to the we
This,
gotta get to the base of what he's saying. He's saying what what is gonna bridge that gap? We know the
Community.
problem. Y'all just keep running back over the same problem from room. What's gonna bridge the gap? I think
Communication.
No, that's not. Because y'all
Why
obviously
not?
going to be already communicating. That's already included into what y'all were already talking about. Y'all said a real woman and a real man, they communicate. They got all this going on. Boom, boom. This should be boom. But that's not
Right,
obviously what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
right, right.
That's what he's saying. How do you get on that same page? That's why he's saying, is it spirituality, or do y'all have to find the same religion, or do y'all use different religions? That's why he's asking that, because like y'all saying happy
You could
wife,
use
happy
any
life.
of these holy books to guide a good woman. The Psalms 31 woman in the in the Bible.
I'm not
Yeah,
just
but
saying
but
a
that's
real woman gonna
Like,
follow a good man. We
don't
just saying
follow
the
modern
that's not
society.
what
Go
we
back to
saying. Hold
what
on, let
old
me
time
finish. I
religion.
wasn't
Like
saying that.
modern
Excuse me.
society is not gonna teach you how to be like
No, not the
So you
side.
a
understand?
good,
In the
But look
book.
though, y'all.
upstanding.
We
Hold
say
on.
Are we
a
saying
good
if
woman is gonna follow a good man, and then the man say, I'm a leave for a good woman."
Right.
But how do we put that together?
And that's what I'm
Can
about
I
to
tell you?
try to touch on.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
listen.
that's what I'm gonna say? I think with honestly, the only thing that I'll be able to think of is the time, the patience, delicacy, communication, the building. You got to actually get to know someone, and that's another thing. Like we generally don't do. We don't get to actually know someone to the fullest potential
Other than
that
their
we can know
birthday and
them.
color.
Be able to make grounded decisions and say and stand on business on. Oh, I'm not going to be able to deal with this, or to be
Yeah.
And why
okay.
are we doing that?
I'm forced in this situation because I let my emotions take me here instead of me saying, "Oh, you know what? Let me get to know all of this to be able to say yay or nay. I'm not going to do it."
And why are we doing that?
You,
I don't know why.
Is it
I
sex?
wouldn't say. I wouldn't say like personally, but I would say that's just a lot of what I do see.
Is it sex, y'all?
Nah, I mean, sex is
Could
what
be so.
sex gonna be. I think you should be. I think y'all should be tapping into each other's mental. That conversation
Maybe.
is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like even in
But that body gonna
disagreements, like
shift.
so when it come to me and my lady, we don't always agree, but we understand each other. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have a conversation to completion. We don't sit there and just back out or shut down when shit getting tough. You know what I mean? So we have that conversation and communication with each other. And during that conversation, if one of us, you know what I'm saying, we have no problem apologizing to each other. It's a big deal, man, when you're able to communicate with your lady or your lady able to communicate with you about anything financially or etc. You know what I'm saying? Because
I hate
all
to
of
do
us
this,
go through
Dre.
ups and downs and struggles, bro. So
Dre, me and you are from privileged spaces, brother. I hate to do this to you, but we are, bro. Our girls have known us 20 plus years,
that's a fact.
and they are different type of women. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know Kiera. She's a different girl. Like it's a different in that space. So that's my whole point. Coming
Right.
up in a certain type of space, but still being a different girl, you
Right.
are in a privileged position, bro. Why you are, you're just blessed. It just is what it is, bro. But we can't speak from the same perspective as them because they are meeting some of these people on the panel are haven't found that yet. So they meeting people that they don't have that type of relationship that where maybe she may be giving you the benefit of the doubt of your growth. To where dang, I don't think you was here to Boom Point because I think me and you both, and I could be wrong, privilege off our girls being able to accept certain things that we came from and who we grew to, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
And
And what we came with, I came with two
and
kids in the situation.
and Boom was saying clean slate. You feel me? Straight clean slate. And I know that the clean slate ain't work for me, Boom. You feel me? My girl value me in certain aspects of life, and because she knows like who I've been in certain transitions in my life and where I came from,
Right.
so she
That's a
respect me as a man differently. I can't say if she was to clean slate me, it would be the same. Like I would get that same admiration.
That's a good point.
So I just
Yeah.
know that to be true.
So what I know is that with marriage, if you ain't ready for more, you ain't ready.
We
So
got another man
just
up here that
that
been
shit.
married before. My good man Dutch.
Yeah, let me hear
So
Dutch.
if you ain't ready for that,
Cause they ain't trying
then
to
you're
get
not
married.
ready.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But a lot of but
None
see
of them.
the breakdown is
None
this.
of them.
The breakdown
None
is
of
this.
them.
Breakdown
I'm on y'all
the
ass.
breakdown is women believe that
There we
emotions are
go. Where the fuck you
facts.
been at, Bill? Fuck.
So because women believe that emotions are facts, they run with their emotion over the
Man,
fact. And
say that
so
again.
a lot of women get into I said a lot of women believe that emotions are facts. So they get
Yes.
into this spill over their emotions and overlook their fact and run their emotion believing that's the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I know I lost you.
no, no, you didn't lose me at all. I actually agree with that, but in some ways, how aren't emotions facts? That will be
Because
a
they aren't.
question.
Because they
So
What kind of
aren't.
emotions are
Because
you
if I tell
talking
you,
about?
yeah, like elaborate on what
so
emotion.
You said, hold on. So
if
emotions,
somebody,
you think emotions are facts?
Yeah.
No, no,
All
I
right,
don't
so
think
all right,
emotions.
no,
I don't think emotions are facts, but I
right,
believe
okay.
that some emotions can lead to some facts, whether we know it or not. All right, and here's where I come from. This generation should be very fond of it. Us growing up back then, I know us '90s children, we had a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie, the way that mental health is open with today's and the way that it was, it's two different things, and that's what I mean
Completely.
by when I mean emotions can lead to facts. That's what I mean by that. So no, I don't think emotions are facts, but they can be essential to how facts can be made.
Revealed stuff. Yeah. I see that.
Did she mic
So
drop y'all niggas?
But
oh,
I
Did she
don't
mic drop
think
y'all niggas?
I might have dropped him down, but it's
I
okay.
don't think
no,
that
because it's
most
still no,
women
because you
are
still prove my
capable
fact.
to be able
No,
to decipher those emotions, to be able to
no,
pinpoint them, because those are not those emotions that you're talking about is really that intuition that the woman has, that off of the
and that's
energy shifting or
bullshit.
noticing things are changing. But women today, when they get that, they start thinking of scenarios that are generalized or that typically happen and charge it towards that. They don't let those emotions be noted or those intuitional downloads to be noted and allow the facts to come from there. But they try to paint their own picture, so
So
those emotions are really not facts because they want to bridge it off of a picture that might not be exactly what it is. Like how you were
intuition is
mentioning, like
fake.
the phone
That's
situation,
not
or
real.
huh? What'd you say?
Intuition is real. A
Say
female
that again.
intuition is not real.
Well, you're
A
not a
female's
woman.
intuition is not real.
You're
They
not a woman.
No, this is what I'm. That's what
Z
we're
Z
talking
they
about right
say
now.
they say they
Sometimes
say y'all
I'm not
never have the
that's
intuition when niggas doing good shit.
Honestly,
That's
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 not
what I
true
was
either.
getting at, like not noting those things so that you could see
Facts.
what they're actually like, what it really is. Like like women sometimes
Stop.
could
Go sit
these
down.
days not understand what power they really hold. So when they get those downloads, intuition, they charge it for something else than what it was. It could have been of something of substance or something that was beautiful. And even like you said, like you're like a few of the men on the panel, your women have been with you for or known you for decades. They got to see your growth and see the process. Like if they noted anything, they got to see what it really was through your development. But women these days don't always are open to that. So I think it's
they
invalid
can't never
for
see
certain women, but not for all.
Can I speak
The,
on that
the
real quick?
intuition when he's
intuition,
saying
yeah.
Let them cook.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I speak on that? So intuition, falls into, in my eyes, falls into the whole what sign are you and all of that.
Oh no,
Signs are straight
no,
fake, right? Because it's like if I was a Taurus, um, well, all Tauruses should act the same way, but you got some Tauruses that doesn't act like a Taurus,
no.
right? So
Within the
within
zodiacs, they have different like suns, moons, and stuff. So like that's why nobody is really the same. There's so much more to it. That's another thing. If you want to get into astrology, you really got to go
nah,
deep in
nah,
there. Just going off of your sun sign is crazy.
I was
That's
using
like
that
saying
as a
because
catalyst,
the book is blue, is supposed to be about blue stuff. Like no.
and I was about to get to that if I can finish my statement.
Oh, I apologize. I
Thank
do
you,
follow a
thank you,
little bit of
thank you,
astrology,
thank you.
but I was like, people have a
Like,
misconception
I,
about it.
I, I just want to wrap it up, in a nice bow for you. So it goes off of patterns, right? Patterns in the zodiac, right? And some people act like this sign, some people act like that. So I'm moving that on to intuition. Intuition is based off of patterns, and it's based off of certain things that you notice that is happening on a and it's subconscious as well. We got to talk about the subconsciousness of this because I get ready. I was wondering why I see 9:11 on the clock all the time. Like I was like, "Oh, why am I seeing this all the time?" And then I had to realize I work overnight. And usually when I'm getting ready for work and I'm getting out the shower, I started to notice that's when I see 9:11 because I'm getting ready for work. And when I come home, I'm usually up around that time and I see 9:11. So before I just thought it was some type of, mysterious shit that I'm just seeing this. But it's based off of a pattern that will then bring the feeling. So intuition is not quote unquote real or mysterious. It's just
No, brother.
it's
No,
just a group of
No,
patterns that
Happening in
people
no,
see.
coincidence.
brother.
Yes, that
Cause
people
my thing
see.
no.
is,
If your
I
if
It's
your
was
guy,
running.
if your
it
dude,
I
if
is
know
your
a
one
real
dude,
thing.
thing.
if your dude,
However,
if
some
if,
women's
if your
emotions
dude, if
overtake it.
if your
Like
No,
some
as
dude
a
women
is
woman, let
can
me
take
tell
them
you,
all the
I
way
wanted
that
to
far. Like,
deny
okay,
them.
now bitch, we wasn't all the way over there. However, I ain't gonna lie, every time my little intuition they click
Talk on it.
and I go check it out, bitch, that motherfucker click. And ain't nothing skipped. Everything that I knew, it may not even be what
Can
I
I
thought, but
tell?
I knew that
I have
something
something to
was
say.
off. And guess what? That motherfucker was off. Now,
Is we
granted,
really talking about
women,
this?
women intuition,
No,
if the person
literally,
was
I have something
cheating
to say.
with the energy of the
basically
person,
what
and
happens
now
It's
that's
is
a
a
a
little,
real
person
a
thing.
bit
a
much.
person a
It's a
person is acting out of character. If I bring
no,
if I
Now, granted, a
no.
pattern could have been
No patterns.
established, but
Drop the
no.
patterns. Drop the patterns. Drop the pattern. You know how we had just talked about like people nowadays they don't really get to know people, right? When they get dating, they don't get to really know people. I'm charged of that because I was not aware of a lot of things. I was naive. I was trusting. I was taking things for face value. So my last relationship, I dated this man because of what I seen his public image. I seen he was I thought he was an upright, upstanding person, and just a whole bunch of values that I put into this man off of what I seen and what he was telling me. I wanted to believe that with all my heart. I literally was like, when those intuition things would come to me, I literally would deny them. Be like, no, that's my subconscious. That's my mind playing tricks on me. That man would never. That man would never. Each time I got slapped in the face
it's
with,
it's it's,
with the
it's what you
truth
just
of what it
said. Your
was.
subconscious your
No,
subconscious
it was
picks up
not.
on energy
It
and
was
certain
because
Right.
I
patterns
wasn't
that
aware.
you
That was
may
like my
have
second relationship. I
disregarded.
didn't know. No, I
All right.
didn't
So
want to
look,
believe it, is what I'm saying.
So
Like, I wanted to
I
believe
got a
that
real
it was
Right.
what
question for
you're
The
you.
person
saying,
didn't
but
want
it
to
was
AZ,
believe
not.
the
it.
fuck.
AZ. So nothing was out of the ordinary of what was going on at all. Like nothing didn't throw you for a loop at all. Like throw you left.
So,
Because
No, her
as a
conscious her
I agree with
conscious
person,
Dutch.
I
didn't
Like I
wasn't.
don't know what
her
right now.
conscious her
It's
conscious
patterns,
didn't
man.
didn't
I
see it. Her
wasn't
conscious
developed to be in
is
a
going
relationship
against
to be true,
her
truthful.
subconscious.
The
Yep. Hey,
relationships I was in
who that?
before,
That
I
Not wrong,
wasn't
fool.
even developed
Not
in myself and within, like, to be in a
yeah,
relationship, to
that's
be truthfully honest. So those things that was coming to me, I really feel like that was helping me to let me know this is not where I'm supposed to be. But I wanted to be there. I was
But it's
headstrong
not.
on, like, this is where
But
I'm
it's
supposed
not.
to
yes.
be.
I think you're diagnosing it wrong. That's what I'm saying. I believe you.
Not
I
the
just think.
diagnosis. Please don't
I think.
diagnose
Got
I
what?
me.
think. I think you're diagnosing your experience wrong. You're taking it from a
Sure.
mysterious
I mean,
place where you're just your conscious and subconscious are just battling each other. Your subconscious picked up on certain things that this guy was doing that other guys did to you
No,
before.
no one ever did the things that I experienced with him, and I didn't think I would ever go through those
Consciously,
things.
consciously, yes,
You
but
know what? You know
No,
what,
subconscious.
those,
Z though?
no,
You know what
no.
though,
When
Z?
I tell
Uh,
you, when I thought those things, I would literally tell myself like that man would never. I literally thought of that man like he could see do no wrong. So if I thought about something that was
So your
subconscious, like you
intuition
said,
was wrong.
I
You're not.
huh?
I
right.
You're
was just about to say
behind.
that. I'm
Do
about
you
to
know
say,
what?
Z,
Do
that sounds like a 50-50 situation. That sounds like you
Right.
possibly could have been wrong about him.
So,
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 so
so,
How?
how often do we jump to these type of conclusions that we
man,
possibly can be
men
wrong
do
about
that
somebody,
too.
and you can ruin whatever's in front of you without
Yep.
no
That's
proof
why
or
I
no
was
pattern of what's
denying
going
it.
on?
Yep.
You
But
could
you
ruin it.
can't deny facts. Because my
What's a
intuition
fact?
was one thing, and then the facts came in reality in the 5D, 3D. So it
and
went
that's
All
from
right.
the
what
5D to the 3D. So I had
we're
it in
not.
my
Why does
subconscious.
intuition
It
only
was
work
coming
when
out.
niggas cheating?
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
the nigga
Yeah,
was
Kill
doing
that.
a
Right.
whole bunch of shit I
Hey,
thought he
hey,
wouldn't
hey.
do.
but that's a good question,
Look,
Trey.
can we go too
So
deep
see,
into
you
that?
only backed out of
We
that
ain't gonna.
once you found out
Hey,
the facts. It wasn't just like,
No, it was, yes, after I found
look,
out the
Drake,
facts,
man.
and it was
Wait.
multiple times. I didn't trust the first time. I didn't trust the second time. People was laughing at me, damn near, because there's like, what? But
hey,
I
Tizzle,
just
get
was
in there,
like,
Tizzle.
maybe
I
it
see, I
was an
see, I see.
accident. Maybe it was just
Cause
Get in
a
there,
bad
Tizzle.
they be
coincidence.
like on some
Maybe he was having a bad
Sabrina the
day.
witch, you know.
But then it was another
Listen,
thing.
listen.
I'm listening.
God said it's only two voices down here. The devil and his.
Yes,
When
exactly.
you like what Dutch said, right? You were
Hmm.
battling with your subconscious. And those voices were either the devil and God. Which one would you
It
go and listen to? You don't even know
it
which
was
one you listen
God.
to. You
It
think
was
it's if
God. It was
you're
God. It was
saying women
God.
intuition, which you
Because
don't know.
even my intuition was telling me stuff outside of the relationship. Like the women's intuition, we like to charge it to relationship. It should go within life. Like if that's God speaking to you,
Hold on.
if that's
Z, Z,
God's
Z.
word,
I
Can you
it
give
got
me
should
you,
be
just?
Z.
Can
within
you give
life.
Z,
Listen,
Z?
Oh, I'm
Z.
listening.
I'm
I'm
trying to
listening.
get you to understand that that's
No,
not
I'm
a
listening.
women thing. That's both. Men get that
Oh,
same thing.
I just want to ask
well,
you though
y'all
one
should
thing
tap
though,
in.
Z.
That's what we
Did,
try to touch on. There's no
did
such
you
thing
did you
Y'all
as
should
ever
women's
tap
have a
in.
did
intuition.
you ever have a good intuition with him in your relationship?
Yes. And honestly, can I tell you something else? My good intuition, I would share those good thoughts with him because the bad things I would keep them to myself. Cause I'd be like, no, that's not right. Damn near pray on it. But
Right.
what do you call it? With the good stuff I would share with him. And do you know he was very
Uh,
fruitful with being with me. When we separated,
right.
everything shifted. He was very fruitful and bountiful. Everyone appreciated him. His life did a whole switch 180 after our separation. But I paid attention to the good things because I thought that man was what I thought he was.
What did he believe in? What did he believe in? Like, what was his like?
He was more of like a pan African spiritualist type of thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
So he was a
so this
hotep.
goes with five saying.
No, not Hotep. Honestly, like
This is why that
uh
stuff matters.
yes, it does matter. But
Did
I'm more of
he?
a
His your belief.
spiritualist myself. So it was the
Did he?
spiritualist aspect that we are able
Did
to
did did
connect. We
did he?
studied a lot
Did
of
he greet you
religions
in the
and stuff
morning? Did he say "Grand Rising Queen"?
on a good day.
Did he
He
say
did
grand?
say that, didn't he? He hotep.
He
Just go
On
and
a
did.
say he
good
Dutch
hotep.
knows
on a
something.
good day. But that's just how I talk. I don't say morning. Morning is not a good thing. When we mourn, it's sad. You cry.
That's not
No,
true.
but
You
he
That's
are
two
say
glad
different
when you
he
mourn.
words.
say
What's
he
good
say
about
Grand
That's
mourning?
Rising
So I don't
Queen.
say good morning, and I would appreciate my partner to not entertain those. I say
But
good morning to the common
but
person because I don't want to freak them out,
but
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 morning
my
and
you
partner
know
don't
that
mourn.
want me to do that.
community, you know that
I'll
They
Grand
sign
two
with
Rising
good
different
morning.
Queen,
things.
you know that whole type of community like really are scammers on women anyway.
That's why I was saying he's not Hotep.
Yeah.
Like he's none of that. No,
Nah, but you said he scammed you though.
N- he didn't scam me. I wasn't.
Hey,
I
yeah.
wasn't
He did
aware. Like I
scam you.
said, that I feel like if I
Oh
knew what
man.
I know, like if I trusted myself and my guidance and source more, I wouldn't have went through what I went through.
It's a
But this
scam
is
though.
me talking about it now. Now
It's
how I
definitely
know
a
what I
scam.
know now, I would never and could never, and Allah would never allow that. Allah doesn't even allow me to be in companionship with people who are
She is
not in
speaking in
alignment with
hindsight
me.
though. She is speaking in hindsight.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
And
speaking
that's
in
what I'm saying.
hindsight.
So how would you measure your next man then? Off of
On
him?
no. No.
So what would you
And
do?
that's
Like,
and
how
I
you
like how
measure
we
your
were
man?
mentioning, like even like the clean slate. I'm not carrying none of that with me. That's why I'm also taking time to I took a lot of time to myself. I'm open
True.
now, and but I'm like at a time I wasn't open at all because I knew I needed that time to get rid of all of the feelings and the everything that was tied to those past relationships, the trauma, the things that I thought, like all kinds of stuff that I had to go through. I gave
Gotcha.
myself time to allow that to leave so that when I do open myself, like I said, I'm open now, I will be more in a better space to be a clean slate for my next partner, to not carry all of this extra stuff. Now, what I can say, the gems and the jewels that I learned, those will come with me, but the baggage and the trauma and the pain and the things that he did and the things that the man before him did, never,
Hey Z,
never.
So what are
listen
you
Z,
gonna
I
measure your
definitely
next man on? My bad, Dre.
no,
I
you
was
good.
I
Go
trying
don't
to
ahead,
know
figure
where
Taylor.
out
it's
what
coming from. My eyes are going everywhere.
I was just trying to figure out how you going what you gonna measure him off. Like how you gonna measure your next man? Like what's the criteria now? What did you
So,
learn that you gonna know this is the criteria of a man, this is how I want my man. Not a face, not none of that. Not a car,
not a
not
face.
nothing
I don't
material.
have a face. None of that. I honestly do not have that. I have erased. I honestly never had that. Like I've never had a type or none of that, which is very. I do want to have a black man. I do know that, but outside of that,
What's the
I,
characteristics though? That's cool. That
yeah. Okay.
that's your
Outside of
personal.
that. Okay. Outside of that, I like to just in general. I'm gonna go into the details of it, but in general, on the surface, to get to that point, I like to be in companionship with people in equal values of myself. So within myself, I like to be a God fearing woman and be a woman who dedicates my life to change and involvement within myself and the society. So I would want a man who would be able to do that as well. As far as how I handle people, I like to have the golden rule in mind. Treat people how I would like to be treated. I would like a man who would treat people how he wants to be treated. Treat a woman, treat a man, treat a child, treat an elderly as you would want your mother, child, sister, brother, to be
Okay,
treated.
that's good
I
character.
want this man to be a fair man. I want this
Uh-huh.
man to have a backbone. That's another thing. That's something I had to develop myself. Um,
Okay.
but having a backbone and being able to stand on something, and stand for something. So those will be like the things that I would focus on, as like top priorities, or things that I focus on within myself that I would want to experience within my counterpart. And then also number one is someone who is open to growth and change, because uh, I I would like to continue to evolve as long as I'm able to breathe. So I would like someone to go on that same journey with me.
I got
So
two
Fellas,
questions for you. I got
do she sound like she's
two
gonna find a
follow-up
man,
questions.
fellas? Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, that was what my
Because I
question
want
was
you to
going
ask
to
your two
be.
questions, and I want the fellas to
Um,
tell you if that is realistic or not.
yeah. So first, where do you think you could find that man, like with communities or
Right.
avenues that that man shows up in. And the second question will be, do you think that man actually exists?
I do think that men exist because I do believe that everything was made in pairs as a mate. So I do believe that that is a thing.
Ooh,
Now,
she knows
as
something.
far as where will I find that, I am not looking for that, but I am being open to it, and I am putting myself in spaces that will be welcoming to that. Also being mindful of how I carry
Right.
myself in those spaces. So some of those spaces, working out, being active, going to the masjid, going to where else do I go? Wellness events. I go to a lot of wellness events. I go to
Alhamdulillah,
things
mashallah.
for change within the community, like discussion panels and stuff. So I go to spaces where intellectuals and people who are open to grow. And so I try to go to those spaces of what I was just talking about, spaces that are welcoming to everything that I would like to be open to. If I was to meet someone in those spaces, I try to go to those spaces. Yeah.
All
Yeah. Yeah.
right, just stay out of the hotep spaces.
Yeah, I don't go to those hotel spaces, and that's like he's not even like that, honestly. It's more just like he was Pan African because he's like pro black. That's what I meant to say. Like he's more pro black kind of thing. So
I say
he
I
supports
bring up
pro
So
black
I
you
bring up the Pan African
programs.
Hotep stuff because in the early 2010s, they with Brother Polite and all of them, like they really took over the black whole, just narrative. And what happened in that is a lot of people were scammed out of money, a lot of women were scammed out of
Yeah,
pussy, and a lot of
yeah.
people, just really, started to look at that as a complete scam. And
No, literally.
when women tell me that they fuck with that guy, I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? Because I know exactly what you probably been through. But it's like, smoking crack today. Like, why would you start smoking crack today when you know what crack do? So if
Right.
you fucking with a guy that is Hotep or Pan African or any of that, you're probably going to get what you're going to get, and I'm not going to
right,
feel
right,
sorry for you at this point.
right,
And
See,
right.
and
Bill,
with
But
statements
Harmon, and
like
is
that,
DD,
I feel,
what
are
type of
you
huh?
man y'all looking
Muslim,
for?
Z? You Muslim?
Yes, in the sense that I surrender my will to do the will of Allah, and I believe in Allah being God. But I'm a spiritualist. I follow a lot of things. I'm not falling in the category specifically of just being the Muslim that.
So you believe in the scripture, but you're not Muslim, basically. What you saying?
Yes.
I'm
But
asking. Yeah, I'm
no,
just asking.
because we have to think about what is the definition of a Muslim. I just got reminded of that just this week.
The definition of a Muslim is the one who submits his will to God.
Yeah, so I am a Muslim, but I just don't practice the faith as the Muslims
But
who say they're Muslims, like going to the masjid regularly, following like all of the.
Ramadan and the Quran, the
I
full
So
I
Quran.
do
basically,
observe Ramadan and be mindful of everything though. That's
so
one thing. I grew up
basically,
Muslim.
you don't follow the dogma.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes,
about to say. So
exactly.
listen.
That's what I'm
All right,
saying.
so no, no. So listen. Understand when you say submitting your will to Allah, right? That
Yes.
means you're going to follow the Quran. You're going to follow hadiths. There's
Yes.
no, it's no. I'm following everything because that's part of the
Well,
commandment of Allah to follow the prophets. So that means
we can't
Jesus,
just follow
Moses,
all of the prophets. Yes,
all of the
we should be
prophets. But
mindful.
the
Yes,
last
all of the
prophets is the
prophets.
only one we have real
The last
perfect
prophets.
history of, or well, a perfect book
Yes.
that's not
Yes.
contaminated.
Yes,
So
that's yes.
you not following. I'm just
That
trying to
is
say
very
like
true. That's a good point.
until you like this is what the shahada is for. The shahada is basically you testifying that this is what I'm about to be doing. I'm about to follow these
Hmm.
rules. You see
Yes.
what I'm saying? So you
Yes.
can practice, like I was telling five though. I was telling five, you can go pray with me. You ain't gotta be a Muslim to pray. You don't have to read the Quran to pray. A Muslim will read it with you. You know, he would never judge that. You know what I'm saying? But understand, it is a difference. It's criteria. The first criteria to be a Muslim is shahada. After that, you have to follow the rest of the five pillars, which is
Yes.
praying 5 times a day, fasting, uh, Hajj, and Zakat. You get what I mean? So the Zakat is charity. Hajj is the pilgrimage when you see him go to the Kaaba. I understand all this was going on before even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you go to the Bibles, any other his Revelation book, they talk about pilgrimage. At first, it was in Jerusalem, and understand that Arabs know that Moses was black and Jesus was black. They don't believe nothing else. Like real Arab Muslims, they know this. You know what I'm saying? So it's no notion of these men were white or none of that. Like there were black people. There were Israelites. The Israelites were black. They know this. You know what I'm saying? But I just gave you that so you know, like you can't like freestyle like that with the Islam thing. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get the effect, you could do what you want, but I'm saying if you really want the experience and really know what Islam is about, you really have to do
Literally.
those things that Muslims do.
And that's why I try to like make the distinguishment, but just off of the understanding of what the word means, I do
Right.
think that moving forward, when people do, I will say
Mhm.
yes and explain to them why.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's why I make that distinguishment too, because I don't want nobody to look at me and be like, oh, she says she's a Muslim and she's doing X, Y, and Z. Da 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 da.
Nah,
She's
they
not
can't
doing
do
this,
that
this, and
either.
this. Da da da
Yeah, they
da.
can't do that. Because even if you was Muslim and you not covered up right now, you still a Muslim. I only asked you that because I wanted to know if you, because you got a lot of info about it. You were saying stuff that's in the Quran, like things were created in pairs. That's in the Quran. That is
Mm-hmm.
true. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sadaqallahu Azim. But
Mm-hmm.
and then you said other things, so I'm
Oof.
like, oh God, she might be Muslim. But just because you're not covered, don't mean you're not Muslim. A Muslim, a real true
That's a
Muslim
good
that really
point.
knows
That's
the
a good
Deen
point.
would never
Yes.
judge that. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
a good point. That's a very good point. Yes, I do.
We all got shortcomings. The objective is not to be perfect. Islam is perfect, not a Muslim. No Muslim.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that don't think you gotta cover up when you hear Muslims. If you whatever you feel like covering up, that's your choice. Everything in Islam is like that. It gotta be
But
your will to
I
do it.
do believe in like with when you are true to your faith, a sense of modesty.
Mm-hmm.
There is a levels to the importance of it. So I do believe that is very important
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
factor.
Tizzle.
For sure.
I,
What's that word?
Tizzle, I take it you are a Muslim.
Yes, sir. MashaAllah,
Okay.
tabarakallah fi. Yes,
Yeah, 'cause I
sir.
was like, this man can't just be dropping these gems and be like, oh no, I'm not a Muslim though.
Yeah, man.
Right.
that hey, that's what I felt. That's how I felt when she was doing it. That's why I asked her because I was like, hold on.
Right.
It's Muslims that don't even know these things, these facts.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah. And basically, that's why I was trying to give y'all like earlier when y'all was like, yeah, happy wife, happy life. I was trying to tell y'all that that's not neither one of our jobs to do. That's only your own job to make yourself happy.
Yes.
And you can
Yes.
only do that with the connection with God. He love, happiness, all this is with him. So you ain't obtaining that unless he give it to you. So how, if you up on him, then you got it. You get what I mean? So that's how that go. The objective between spouses is to bring each other peace. That's what he says in the Quran. He kept it simple. You bring me peace. This is what we mean when we say our wife makes my house a home. It's
Hmm.
peace there. I want to come home. I want to go home now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through too much out here. Ho, wifey at home, bro. I'm about to kick back. That's what they supposed to bring. We ain't supposed to make each other happy. It's things that we could do to make each other happy. But what I mean is that's not our objective to keep you happy, man and woman. And I think that's the notion that men and women go wrong with. She not making me happy. It's you, bro. Or her. She not making me happy. It's you. Because you might be focused on the wrong thing. You might want to go out. You might want to go on trips all the time because you're looking at Instagram too much. And then now he's not doing what you asking him to do. So now you're not happy and he's not making you happy. You see what I'm saying?
I'm reading this book
Once they get
called
that part, you said, well,
I'm reading this book called Love and Respect, and it
right,
basically breaks down how men we want love. I mean, we want respect over anything.
for
And
sure.
women, they want love over anything. But we
Yes.
tend to hold back our respect and love based upon how one is treating the other. And it goes to what you're saying. The thing
Facts.
is, we supposed to have unconditional love and unconditional respect for each other. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm if I'm loving my wife unconditionally, but she's talking shit to me,
Mm-hmm.
if I talk shit back to her, she is not going
Mm-hmm.
to give me my respect. So at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, it has to
Balance.
and I find it really hard for our women to respect us unconditionally. We will
Mm-hmm.
love them unconditionally. She will do some fuck shit or she'll say some shit, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
still gonna be there for you. But
Mm-hmm.
the woman in our society, in our
Mm-hmm.
community, it's conditional for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay,
Mm-hmm. It
I'm
is.
not gonna cook, I'm not gonna clean,
Right.
I'm not gonna
Right.
do this, I'm not gonna take care of his affairs if
Right.
that's their dynamic
Right.
if he don't show me love. But you need
Right.
to give that man 100% unconditional respect.
And
And
what you
and
just pointed
and
out was everybody got to play their role. It's a hundred,
exactly.
hundred. It's no
It
50
goes
50.
back to it goes back to that gender role.
Yeah. Everybody's putting in a hundred.
Exactly.
I'm putting in a hundred. You putting in a hundred. You know what I'm saying? I, your role as a woman is this, this, this. My role as a man is this, this, this. We don't cross each other paths. When I'm
Yep.
driving the car, you're not hopping in the driver's seat because you know I got the car. You know I'm driving it good. You know what I'm saying? This is where all that lies in with. I think, like you saying, bro, that is so correct because that's what the dean teaches. But I think more specifically what the dean teaches, it tells us the roles too. Like
Hmm.
the woman, the household. That's where y'all strong point is at. This is where the white man understand this. The America or whoever they want to call them, they understand this. That's why they got us like this because they split us apart.
Divide and
Y'all got
conquer.
got the women thinking they don't need to be inside the house. They're better outside. No, y'all better in the house. Not saying y'all can't be outside. And
See what
niggas are
happened?
that. Yeah, go ahead.
See what happened? I'm not to cut you off.
Nah, you good.
When white women introduced this feminism to black women, that's when this shit started.
Right.
The thing is today, right? This 50-50 thing
He
and
can't
black
open it.
women and black
The
women
door
are
stuck.
always touting how much money
The
they're
door
making.
stuck. He can't open it.
And they say, okay, the men aren't making as much money. The reason why the men aren't making as much money is because you jumped into that lane. You jumped into
Right.
our role. Back in the day when you jumped into that role, we didn't then jump into your role. So therefore, you took a lot of jobs from that man that would have that job. You see what I
For
mean?
sure.
A lot of middle management are black women.
Right.
And when it comes to men not being able to get jobs, they're usually they get chosen, the women get chosen over the men. So now it's like, okay, I'm making 150, 200,000, but this guy's making 80, 90,000, and he need
Right.
to match me. Well, he can't
Right.
match you. But at
Right.
the end of the day, I seen a woman said, I make 200,000 and my husband makes 70,000, but he still controls everything. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Mashallah. Yeah.
she's living in her femininity. She understood that she
Right.
grew
Right.
up in the community and the society of women work now, but she still
Right.
holds on to that. It don't matter how much I make,
Right.
my husband still leads me.
Right. Right. And subhanallah, I know for what it sounds like, she got a man that can lead. When we say that
Right.
stuff that bruh say, we're not talking about any man.
Nah, we ain't talking about
Because
Pookie.
yeah, we when we say man, man encompasses all the things that you think of real man. Not a person that's of age of a man and then he's acting like a boy. That's not a man.
He
You see what I'm
he's just a
saying?
male.
So yeah, he's just a male, but he's immature. You know what I'm saying? Yes,
And the crazy thing that we argue is you will have multiple kids by the male and then want the man to be a man for those kids. And it's like, wow. And then you get mad when we say, look, I don't want to mess with a woman with kids. And it's like, okay, what's wrong with a woman with kids? Because you done gave your submission to these guys who literally, and you follow these guys where they didn't know where they were going, and it's like your decision making. A man can walk down the street and fake like he's something. You don't see his decisions. I actually see your decisions. And it's right there in front of me. So it's like, okay, I'll rather just mess with a woman who decided not to have kids yet. And these are facts.
Those are
That's a
real.
fact. I'm about to say that.
Those are
That
real facts.
so I've been listening, y'all. My bad. I had to eat, but I've been listening. So I'm not even gonna take us back, but where we are
No,
now.
it's
Okay, I
real.
agree with what you're saying, but to the example that you gave, and that's to what we were saying. Back to what we were saying earlier about a traditional woman versus the women that every woman that you see today does not have the exact same like we want this and this. No, sometimes you have a traditional woman, and sometimes they have to take those stepping stones. Again, nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes or learns from their lessons, and that's when they build. They know what not to tolerate. They know what not to deal with. But then also on the men's side, it can't go, oh well, you women want this, you won't want this, you won't want this, but ain't no way a man is doing half of what like you guys just described a male. But then it'll be upset that the woman will get tired of the male, and now that she's created some standards, and now she wants a man, she's wrong for wanting a male from the lessons that she's learned from. She's wrong for wanting a man from the lessons that she's learned from the male. That doesn't make
No, no,
sense.
she's not wrong. I don't think she's wrong for wanting that. Now you can I won $1 million, right?
I'm about to say,
I can
I thought
she
we wanted
can
growth.
Don't
no,
do
no, no,
that.
no, no, no.
I
The
thought
thing
we wanted
is,
growth.
it's the reaction that okay, if okay, I was
I
married,
don't want
right?
$1 million. I want
I was
about one.
married, right? I have three children. Now, I have a
For the people.
21-year-old, I have a 16-year-old, and I have an 11-year-old. Now, I understand the next woman that I got with had to accept this. Now, I can want a
don't
woman
come
to
in here with that
accept
shit.
it. I can want a woman to grow with me from there. But if she says I'm not messing with a man with all of those kids, I can just respect that. But we don't have the respect level of if that man don't want to mess with you. because you have these kids. We will get this comeback of what's wrong with me. Why you don't want to mess with a woman with kids? Ain't nothing wrong with me. And it's like you don't have to do that. Just
Right.
move on because
Yeah.
No,
you
I'm
can
about to
want
say
it.
I agree with you on that. I'm about to say
Yeah.
now this is where things come, and this is where the pivot, because that's actually happened to me before. I talked to a guy. This guy knew that I had a kid, and throughout this entire time, like I when we discussed having kids, he was just, well, I don't like kids. And my ass is like, well, nigga, hold up. You've been dating me, and I got a whole kid. So what do you mean you don't like? So at that point, I felt like, for me, I felt like, damn, you kind of cornered me instead of
Nah, he
telling me
ain't
something
corner you.
like
I'm gonna
that.
tell you. I'm
Oh,
gonna
oh,
tell you. I'm
but
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why he didn't corner you. The moment
no, I
when
asked.
you, yeah, the moment you told he told you I don't like kids, that's when you shouldn't have gave the pussy up. The thing
No, I
is,
didn't. I'm
this
about to
is
say
what
I did get a pussy up, but what I'm saying is that wasn't something that was right off the bat. Like, I asked. It was a discussion type thing, and then later
yeah.
on down the line, it's, oh, I don't like kids.
Okay, okay. Whenever he said that, that's when you should have just moved on. The thing is, when
Mm,
I'm gonna tell you something about niggas and Pookies, professional niggas, real niggas. We look. The thing is, it's something about that baby mama body. Y'all get all of this shit and it's soft. We love fucking a baby mama body, but at the end of the day, we probably won't want a relationship with you because of the kids. So therefore, that's when woman discernment comes into play. Okay,
That's good.
if he said, he don't like kids, I gotta fuck with him on the level to where it's just sex, and I'm not expecting him to now accept these kids.
mm-hmm,
But if you don't want a guy that you just having sex with because you said you do want to grow, you want someone to help you, with the kids. You want people to, you want a dude. So at the end of the day, if once he say, I don't like kids, or, I don't want a relationship, that's when the woman should make her exit. But what
mm-hmm,
tends to happen is women want to change that guy's mind.
mm-hmm.
And they'll keep fucking with him, and then 2 years down the line, y'all break up and you say, well, you was still fucking with me with these kids, but you allowed him to fuck with you with the
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Mm-hmm. And I might say that's another thing on the women have, we do have to take some accountability on that. And I have done it myself, where you go through what I would say is time wasted believing that you can change someone. Now, granted, I say that in a way because sometimes not you can change. Only a person can only change if they want to change. You get what I'm saying? So you
Right.
can't physically change anyone. But granted, there are times and there are situations where a person, that love for you will make them change their ways. But they're
Yeah.
doing that upon themselves.
Yeah, that the love for you that makes them want to
Mm-hmm.
change. Yeah, I get what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying. So this what I like what Dutch saying. This what Dutch said, right? I think in their defense, it's too late once they already gave the pussy up. Y'all gotta prevent that before that. Y'all got.
Facts.
How do you know when a nigga serious? In Islam, a nigga, not a nigga, stuff a lot. A man is gonna approach your mother, your father. He's gonna tell you, look, your mother, father, I want to be with you forever. This is no pre-sex before marriage, none of that. No kisses, no none of that. I want your daughter. I'm marrying her. This is what I have. I got this in the bank. I got a car. I got a house, whatever, etc. Who's gonna do that? That's just trying to fuck. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true. And then
So
another thing to
y'all
though is we're also putting that in today's that's traditional.
right.
That's what we keep shifting back to. You do traditional, but then we can ask the men, Well, why haven't a man have done that?
Because they're not
Have you
Muslims, so
you
they're not
guys
going to
done
do that.
that?
But so look, they're not Muslims, so they're not going to do that. That's first of all. Second of
Okay.
all,
Okay.
even if you wasn't a Muslim woman, what would you do? Because that's a Muslim tactic. That's the teachings of
Okay.
Islam. So what would you do that'll make a nigga that you know serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know for sure this is my barrier. Once it's this, I know a nigga serious. I ain't even got to play. I ain't got to
You know
ask.
what they can do? You know what they can do? And I'm gonna tell you, and I've been telling women all the time, just listen to a man speak. You see, just listen to him talk. Listen to what he likes, what he don't like. Let a man tell you about his life, and you're going to find certain patterns, and you're going to find certain through lines that will give you his character. You have to look at these guys' characters. A lot of women out here, they jump the gun before actually getting to know this guy. What I do when I meet a female, I ask fucking questions. I'm a question asking nigga to where I pinpoint certain shit. And I always say this, right? Um, when scientists and shit and astronauts look at the sun or other stars, right? What happens is they figure out how many planets around that star based on the wobble of the star. They don't see the star, they don't see the planets. They don't see these things, but they look at the wobble and see how many planets is orbiting that star. And that's how they determine how many planets are around. If it's a little wobble, it's a lot of stars. If it's a big wobble, it's not that many planets. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to start looking at reference points. But a lot of women, they get stuck on what this nigga look like, what this nigga got, how much he make, and that's how they make their decisions. And then they find out he's a fuck boy later on, but you could have been found out this if you just got to know that guy. That's all. That's the answer. Just get to know.
I'm about to
And
say that's the answer. That's the answer. But before I jump off, I'm coming back next week. But before I jump off, I'm gonna also say this too, because I definitely agree with that. Listening. But sometimes what if you had a woman that did all of that, and again, you have a male